All right. We are going live. 20-second delay. We're good. What's up? It's 6:30. I know. I'm 30 minutes late. I'm tired. I didn't get to sleep till like 12:30 last night or this morning. And I needed some more sleep before I started the show. Had a long week. It's been a long week, ladies and gentlemen. And we got a long show. And it's the very last show of White History Month. So I've got a song to celebrate. It's the White History Month song. Last show of White History Month. Let's watch. Oh, we're in the wrong.
Daddy and I are never
Oh,
gonna get a
crap.
divorce, but if we did, we would
Hold
love
on.
you both just as much.
It's a relief. Thank you, Mums. Hit the play button.
Oh, we have a problem.
Major announcement right now. The 1st of July is White History Month.
What the heck?
So
My
the
things are
whole
all
month
messed up from the
It's
tournament.
White History Month from now on.
You guys
Happy
ready?
White History Month.
It's
White History Month. Gonna celebrate with my friends.
It's
White History Month. So make sure to tell everyone.
There will always be different months to
White History Month is almost over, guys.
This month's gonna
But it's not over yet. White History is White History Month.
And I'm
Gonna celebrate America.
It's White History Month. And I'm
I'm
gonna scream it to
everyone.
There will always be different months to celebrate.
Can't get whiter than golf, and that's right. This month's gonna be White History. You see Nick Cage? You see Nick Cage, Con Air? Con Air is as white as it gets. That's right. Golf, fireworks, The Breakfast Club. It doesn't get much whiter than that. You can't get much whiter than that. All right, I need to figure something out real quick because why is my main cam not working? Video capture, activate. Hold on 1 second, guys. I'm still here. We'll just have a issue. Deactivate this. Activate this. This is not working. Why does it work here? Let me try something. Oh, I see what the problem is. I gotta redo all these. There we go. And see, now it's zoomed out farther. What the heck? What? Huh. I don't understand why it's doing this. Why is the aspect ratio different now? This is what happens when I do my Dragon Ball tournaments. I have to readjust everything. Okay, that's better. I don't know why the other one, it's closer. It's a different aspect ratio. Anyway, happy White History Month, guys. It's almost over. Complicated business, yes. It's almost over. We got a lot to talk about today. Lots of stuff going on in the news. As we get closer and closer to the elections, summertime, the living's easy. Riders on my qualified to represent the LBC. Where is my show plan? I don't know, man. Something's gotta go, man. Here we go. Last White History Month show. Trump holds his first rally after Kamala announces that she's running. Kamala holds her first rally after announcing that she is mentally unfit to run a coffee shop. Sonya Massey. We're not going to signal boost on this too much. I don't want to spend too much time on that story. We already did a live reaction to it earlier in the week during a stream. It was Buff and myself and Haiku. Love the shirt. Have a few. Love to wear them. Oh, yeah. White History Month. So we're not going to talk too much about the Sonya Massey thing. I don't want to signal boost it, but I think we got away cleanly with this one. I don't think there's going to be George Floyd Part 2. Praise God. It could have been very bad for us, boys. For White History Month, we got a white officer that I don't know. It almost could have been very bad, but it's not. And we got the Olympic scandal. Lots of main story news. That's all main story news. We got the Olympic scandal, all the stuff going on in the Olympics. I'm going to try to show. I'll play some news clips. I'm not going to play any video from the Olympics because apparently they're being very sensitive about who's playing these videos. Maybe they shouldn't have had such a gay opening ceremony, then we wouldn't be talking about it so much. And the soft Christians in the world who kind of just say, oh, well, we still got to love the drag queens and the gays, and we got to be nice to them and accept them. And Jesus would have ate dinner with drag queens and little children and girls. Jesus didn't even eat with women. What are you talking about? Anyway, we'll get into all that. And then memes, reels. I got to put the memes in because I haven't done it yet. So we're going to have a little period at some point where I do a little bit of technical work. I still haven't seen the opening. Good. Don't watch it. You're not missing anything except for a bunch of degenerates acting nasty and a nut slip. There was a nut slip. Did you know that? I think it was an intentional nut slip, but there was a nut slip. And then we're going to end our final segment. We haven't done any like YouTube drama. This is not a YouTube drama channel, but every now and then we'll cover it if it's relevant to what we talk about on the show. And these stories are both relevant. One of them has to do with Scientology, and we've done a breakdown of Scientology. We've talked about Scientology, so this is an interesting YouTube drama story that has to do with Scientology involving Braille skateboarding and Aaron Kyro. And then the bigger story, which I don't even want to spend much time on it because it's really gross, but we are going to talk about it because it kind of ties in with the degenerate Olympic mess. We have the Kris, that's Aaron Kyro, is Braille. Kris, the heck is his last name? Tyson. We got that story. Not going to do a deep dive into it, but I will show you some of the weird stuff that's going on there. We did cover it a long time ago when he started turning into a imaginary woman. Well, guess what? Shocker. Spoiler alert. They're all PDFs. And we have the proof. It's not just the little girl at the Olympics. We got more proof that they are groomers. So we'll talk about that at the end of the show for the last segment. There was a what? A what? A nut slip. I'm not going to show it to you, but it's on X. Daddy Jub sent it to me. He said there was a drag queen Last Supper besmirching Christ. And he said, and then there was a nut slip. And I was like, what do you mean there was a nut slip? And he sent me a video. I was like, I had no desire to see that. You could have just said it's exactly what you think it is. But instead, he sent me a video. Hide the kids. Yeah, hide the kids for the last segment. and hide the kids for the Olympic segment. But before we get into all that degenerate nonsense, for White History Month, let's talk about Donald Trump, baby. Let's freaking go. Yeah, and I think it was an intentional nut slip also. I don't think it was an accident. Just saying. I have no way of knowing that, but yeah. Let's go. Where's my OBS? Let's go over here. Let's watch a little bit of this from Trump's first rally since Kamala decided to run. I think he's done a couple of them. This man's always working like a boss. This is from Reuters. Donald Trump has slammed Kamala Harris as a lunatic at a rally in North Carolina. USA. USA.
If Kamala Harris gets in, she would be the most radical far-left extremist ever to occupy the White House times 10. There's never...
What's crazy is they're scrubbing that from people's minds. They're memory holding us on this, but Kamala didn't get any votes during the primaries. There's no reason she should be even close to a presidential office. Somehow she gets vice president. And now somehow she gets the nomination, even though nobody voted for her. Huh, that's crazy. But Republicans are the ones threatening our democracy, right? Anyway, when she was running, before she ran, everyone knew, the Democrats knew, the right knew, we talked about it all the time. Everybody knew that she was the farthest left of any of the candidates. Farther left than Bernie Trump, farther left than Andrew Yang, farther left than Pocahontas, farther left than all of them. She's a super socialist. So, this is, and nobody wanted her in office. Now all of a sudden, it's the Democrats' darling. They're so, oh my God. The stupidity is abounding, abundant. It's ridiculous. All right.
been a lunatic like this.
She's a
in
lunatic.
the White House.
Obviously.
And we've had some bad ones. The nasty people, the Democrats, so we better...
Very nasty Democrats. She's obviously a lunatic. Anyone who votes for a lunatic, probably also a lunatic.
beat them or we're not going to have a country left. You're not going to have a country left. So now we have a new victim.
Look at this guy with this base shirt on.
Kamala Harris, Lyon, L-Y-I-N apostrophe.
L-Y-I-N apostrophe. I like that he spelled out the apostrophe. L-Y-I-N apostrophe. Hold on, wait, come back, Trump. We need you.
The most incompetent and far-left vice president in American history. By the way, they did a poll. She was rated
the
worst vice president in history. I've never seen that poll before, but that's the poll.
Worst vice president in history. They made a new poll just for her. She's written lots of polls. But this poll is a poll she doesn't want to ride. But they made her write a poll. They made a new poll just for Kamala. I want that shirt too. I want the one that he's flicking you off and he's got the sunglasses on and it says, the heck does it say? You missed. Yeah.
Together we will win North Carolina in an epic landslide. We're way ahead in the polls.
Look, his ear band-aid's gone. And the Democrats, and he only wore it for a week. Meanwhile, and then they made fun of him for it. Meanwhile, they were wearing masks for like 2 years. I know people at my work who still wearing masks. Still. Did you know that, what was it? The Spanish flu or something? There was some disease. I can't remember what it was. I think it was the Spanish flu. The majority of people died. I can't remember the words now. I think I talked about this like 2 years ago. But basically, the majority of people died from some sort of breathing problem. And they didn't die from the actual disease. And it's because they were all wearing masks and they were breathing recycled air. And so they were dying from basically wearing masks. I forget what it was. I think it was the Spanish flu or the Black Plague or something. I don't remember.
And we will take back that beautiful White House, and we will very
White
simply
History Month house.
make America great again.
Let's go.
So now they bring in this one who's worse than him. She's worse than him. Because he's a fake liberal. You know, he wasn't that liberal. He was fake. She's a real liberal. She really is a real liberal. She's much worse than him. And she's got a new line, you know. She's going, I'm the prosecutor. She's one of the worst prosecutors in history. She destroyed San Francisco. I'm the prosecutor, and he's the convicted felon or something. A radical left judge in an area where every one of these cases, every one of them is brought by them. So think of it. They get me to that position, and then their campaign.
You'd think a prosecutor would know how the law works and that he's not convicted yet. You're not convicted until you're sentenced.
Says, I'm the prosecutor, and he is the convicted felon. That's their campaign. I don't think people are going to buy it. If Kamala will lie to you so brazenly about Joe Biden's mental incapacity, then she will lie to you about anything. She can never, ever be trusted. She can't be trusted. And just like crooked Joe Biden, Kamala Harris is unfit to lead. She's unfit to lead. She'll destroy our country. In a year, this country will be destroyed.
All right. That's that. That's all we're going to show of that clip. But yeah, he said in another rally, he said, you know, they said I got nicer after I got shot. And they told me, why are you being so nice, Trump? Well, I'm not going to be nice today. They want me to be nice to Kamala because she's a woman. Well, I'm not going to be nice to Kamala. They've called me a misogynist for the past 8 years, so I might as well act like a misogynist. And tell Kamala, you think I'm misogynistic? Why don't you try misogynist dick? How about that, Kamala? What up, Dean? Seems like now you're guilty until proven otherwise. Yes. Misogynistic. You get the joke? Do you get the joke? It's a good joke. One of the best. Some say my friend jsurbanadventures wrote that joke for me. Some say he makes the best jokes. Okay. All right. So Trump talking that shit. Why is this ad not, or why is this article not pulling up? Okay, we got it. We got it. Let's look at a fact check. Fact check from CNN. Facts first from CNN. Fact check. Trump made at least 10 false claims about Kamala Harris in a single rally speech. Wow. Wow. 10? Just 10? Wow. I was trying to set a record. I was trying to do the most lies. Lyin apostrophe. Okay, I need to calm down. Former President Donald Trump made at least 10 false claims about Vice President Kamala Harris in his first campaign rally since she became the presumptive Democratic presidential nominee. Trump, speaking in North Carolina, attacked Harris at length with a flurry of assertions, a McFlurry, about her personal and political past, her record as a vice president, and her policy stances. We're still looking into some of his claims, but at least 10 were wrong. At least 10. Good pepper harvest, JS? Yeah, them Tabascos are going pretty good. Somebody told me I need to snip the leafy green part off of my onions to make them keep growing bigger, which makes sense. Makes sense because what happens is they shot up green shoots really fast. And now all the green is dying. And the onions don't keep growing. So maybe if you clip it and you keep clipping it, then they grow. Then they have to grow. Because I'm imagining that it's like an outer layer that turns into the green part. So if you clip it off, it needs to grow the green to feed the onion. So it grows more green. And it makes another layer of onion and it gets bigger. Onions have layers, donkey. I've got layers. Do you like layers? What did Shrek say? The donkey said, I got layers, Shrek. What the hell am I talking about? So you clip the green, and then it makes another layer and a new shoot, and then clip that new shoot, and then that will make your onions bigger. That makes sense. That makes sense. All right, here's a fact check. Harris and the retirement age. Discussing Social Security, Trump claimed of President Joe Biden and Harris. She's talking about lifting the retirement age. Whoa. Apparently, facts first, this claim is false about Harris. She has not spoken in favor of raising the age for receiving Social Security retirement benefits. Biden did. Oh, so it's half true. It's half true, right? Harris has supported increasing, not reducing Social Security benefits. 2 years before she became vice president, she co-sponsored a bill from Bernie Sanders called the Social Security Expansion Act that would boost Social Security benefits by raising payroll taxes on high earners. As far as abortion, Trump said she wants abortions in the 8th and 9th month of pregnancy. That's fine with her, right up until birth, and even after birth, for the execution of a baby. Shrek Adventures. Shrek is definitely a conservative. You know he valued property laws because he didn't take kindly to trespassers. Yes, that's right. That's right. Trump's claim that Harris supports the execution of babies after birth is false. She has never said anything to endorse post-birth murder. It's funny how they'll call it murder. They'll call it post-birth murder of a baby when they want it to sound emotional. But the day before the baby's born, that's not pre-birth murder. Why wouldn't you call that pre-birth murder of a baby? But you'll call it post-birth murder of a baby if it's a day after the baby is born. Even if the baby's like 3 months premature and the baby's totally viable in the womb and the baby comes out and it was supposed to be in the womb for another 3 months, one of them you call post-birth murder of a baby, and one of them you call pre-birth evacuation of a fetus or some crap like abortion of a fetus. What's up, Floor? You cut the green part so it focuses on the onion to actually grow. Also, you can use the green thing to cook. Oh, let me cook. Let me cook. Let me cook. You ain't telling me nothing, Floor. I know about leeks. You think I don't know about leeks? You think I don't know about leeks? Of course I know about leeks. But I did not know that I'm supposed to cut that and then it will grow bigger. I didn't know that. Now I know. Now I know. Fun fact. What happened to your trip? Why aren't you sitting there co-hosting? I know, she's slacking. She's supposed to be buying new tickets today. You told me this morning you were buying new tickets today. And you told me don't watch Deadpool and Wolverine because you're going to be here soon. So you better not keep me waiting because I want to watch that movie. Bibby sent us a gift to go, some money to go see Deadpool and Wolverine. So the longer you wait, the more I have to wait to watch my movie. And I want to see it. You know what I'm going to be pissed off about? I swear, if there's a gay scene between Wolverine and Deadpool, like if they're fighting and all of a sudden they start having aggressive sex, I'm going to be so pissed off. I'm going to walk out of the theater. Because everything's gay now. So I swear, if there's an aggressive Wolverine and Deadpool sex scene, I'm done. I'm done with Marvel. I'm walking out. That better not happen. All right. What else? More fact checks. Trump claimed Kamala even wants to pass laws to outlaw red meat to stop climate change. This is false. Harris has never expressed support for passing law. Yeah, but I'm sure she's financially backed and helping support all of the people that want to make us eat the bugs. When she was running for Democratic presidential primary, she expressed support for changing dietary guidelines to try to encourage Americans to reduce their So that's true. What are you talking about? I love when the fact check says this is false, and then they proceed to tell you exactly why it's true. Kamala wants to pass laws to outlaw red meat to stop climate change. They say false. She never supported that. When she was running in the Democratic presidential primary, she supported changing dietary guidelines to try to encourage Americans to reduce their consumption of red meat. She said, I love cheeseburgers. Wait, that's Trump. That's not Kamala. How do I do Kamala? Wait, how did Forrest Gump do it? Don't clip that. Oh my God, the plan on putting that in the movie, that would kick me off too. They better not put that in the movie. Dead cool. They like to scream on his nut hut in slow motion. What? Wolverpool. Deadreen and Wolverpool. That's when they have a baby. Because in the Marvel universe and in the real world, men can have babies. So she did encourage us to eat less red meat. She is pro all into that climate change crap. They are going to feed us the bugs. Trump knows. He's not lying. Let's see. Trump has claimed for months that Biden... I have a hair in my throat. Probably from Echo. That's getting clipped for show. Trump has claimed for months that Biden secretly orchestrated his criminal and civil legal cases. This time he directed the claim at Harris. He said, but it was all headed up by her because she's a prosecutor. This is false. There's simply no basis for claiming that Harris headed up the legal case. Shut up, CNN. Shut up. Trump claimed she was the border czar. Here we go. Trump claimed of Harris, she was the border czar, but she never even went to the border. Facts first. Trump made two false claims here. First, Harris did go to the border as vice president. She went there for like a day, okay? She didn't hang out there. She didn't get anything done there. She didn't do anything of value there. And now, again, the media trying to memory hole you. Telling us that Harris was never the border czar. I don't have the clips. Clips exist. We can find them later during the after party if you guys want to. Piers Morgan made a whole montage of news reporters saying Kamala is now the new border czar. And then in the next scene, Kamala was never the border czar. Kamala is the new border czar. Kamala was never picked as the border czar. Kamala is going to be a great border czar and save our border. Kamala didn't go down to the border much because she was never appointed in power of the border. Kamala, what a great person to choose for your border czar. Nobody ever said Kamala was the border czar. They're memory holing you, which they do with everything. Apparently now, Google is trying to memory hole us on the Trump assassination attempt, which happened like 2 weeks ago. Tim Pool has reported on this. Steven Crowder has reported on this today. I did not plan to talk about this in the show, but I'm going to test it out. What do you search? Trump shooter, Trump shooting. They're saying that Google is trying to hide. I don't know about that. I just typed Trump shooting, and all I have is news stories about the Trump shooting. So I don't know what they're saying, but they're saying YouTube and Google are trying to kind of censor search results as far as the assassination attempt. But I don't see that, so I don't know what they're talking about. All right, so apparently they're saying she was never the border czar. They're lying to us. Trump claimed that Harris allowed 20 million illegal aliens to stampede in our country from all over the world. They're going to say that number's wrong. Yeah, it was about 10 million. 10 million that they caught. 10 million that they caught. The real number is much higher. That means it's probably higher than 20 million. If they caught the total number of encounters was 10 million. Okay? So for every one person that they encountered at the border, how many do you think got in that they didn't encounter? Trump is making a very conservative estimate, saying that for every one they encountered, there was only one other one that got in. When in reality, it's probably more like 10 to 1. Like, that's actually crazy. If they encountered 10 million, do you know a lot of times what these cartels will do is they'll send in a Ponzi basically who gets caught on purpose, gets an encounter, because that makes if they're in an area where there's not a lot of stuff, like what's a good word for that? A vacant area, an empty area, basically. I know there's better words, but an area where there's not a lot of activity, they'll send one immigrant or like one little car with like 4 immigrants in it. They'll send that car through and have it be caught on purpose. So while the immigration is dealing with them, there's a freaking truck. There's like 10 trucks. There's a convoy of trucks driving by, getting past. So I would venture to say that for every one encounter, there's probably easily 5 more that they don't encounter that get through, which means 20 million is a very conservative number. Even if the added estimated number of Biden area gotaways, people who evaded the Border Patrol to enter illegally, which House Republicans said in May was nearly 2 million, the totals would still be vastly smaller than 15, 16, or 18 million. Bullshit. Bullshit. This is so stupid. I hate the mainstream media. Shortly after claiming there is a Kamala Harris invasion of the border, Trump said, "We're losing 300,000 people a year through fentanyl that comes through our border." What's false about this? Trump's 300,000 claim is false. The number of U.S. overdose in 2023 involving synthetic opioids, including fentanyl, was approximately 75,000. 75,000? Let me see something. Maybe he's saying how many. Of course, if I Google it, it's going to tell me the number they want me to see. How many fentanyl overdoses? I do know that the fentanyl overdose skyrocketed by 500% when freaking Portland decided to legalize hardcore drugs. How many fentanyl overdoses per year? 73,000. Yeah, they're saying the number is 73 to 75,000. Trump said 300,000. I still believe Trump's numbers. I think he probably has good numbers on that and a good reason for saying that. Maybe he was saying throughout the duration of Biden's president, and he just misspoke by saying 300,000 people a year. Or what's more likely is they're smudging the numbers. We saw them do that with COVID. Provisional data published by the U.S. Centers for Disease Control and Prevention. The CDC said in May that roughly 107,000 people in the U.S. died from a drug overdose involving any kind of drug. Even that larger number is nowhere close to 300,000. Earlier this year, Andrew Colado, medical director of Opioid Collaborative, said, "I have no idea where Trump is getting 300,000 from," and called it a made-up number. Huh. It is also worth noting that fentanyl is largely smuggled by U.S. citizens through legal ports of entry. Bullshit. Shut up. Some of it, yes, but 80% of it comes over the border with Mexico. 80% of the opioids in America. Harris and the Jewish community. Trump criticized Harris for not attending the Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu's speech. That's fair game for criticism, but Trump said after criticizing Harris' absence, even if you're against Israel or you're against the Jewish people, show up and listen to the concept. But she's totally against the Jews. Trump totally against the Jewish people is nonsense. Harris in the bar exam. This is the last one. Trump claimed that Harris, a lawyer who was elected as San Francisco's district attorney and then as California's attorney general, failed her law exams. Then he continued, you know that she couldn't pass her bar. She couldn't pass her bar exams. Does anyone know that? She's going to be a great president, right? No. She couldn't pass her bar exams. She couldn't pass anything. She couldn't pass everything. She couldn't pass anything. That's what he said. That's awesome. This is not true that she couldn't pass anything. It actually says from CNN. Facts first. It's not true that Harris couldn't pass anything. She could pass the salt at the dinner table. She did fail on her first attempt to pass the bar exam. But then on the second time, she succeeded. She couldn't pass anything. It says it is not true that Harris couldn't pass anything. She could pass gas. She could pass the gravy at the dinner table at Thanksgiving dinner. There are things that she could pass, guys. Jeez. I mean, I can't believe he would go as far to say this, that she couldn't pass anything. I mean, what are you talking about, Trump? She could pass you the remote so you could change the channel to her husband. Does she have a husband? She got a husband? She couldn't pass anything. It is not true that Harris couldn't pass anything. God, this guy's such a liar. He said she couldn't pass anything. She farted one time. She farted. It's called passing gas. Duh, Trump. Okay. Apparently, he called her a bum and a failed vice president during the speech. And, yeah. Harris is ready to debate Trump. Hold on. We'll come back to this. Before we move on to Harris and focus on her more, well, we're just kind of focused on both, but we're going to go to Harris's speech here in a second. We do have some updates on the Secret Service. So Kimberly Cheadle resigned. She went up in Congress, and one of these Congress ladies was like roasting her. She's like, this is bullshit. She's like cussing, and the guy's like, order. We need some decorum in this thing. This is why you don't let women in political office. They get messy. But it was kind of based. I'll say that. She said, sounds like you're just spouting off a bunch of bullshit. Kimberly Cheadle, Secret Service Director, is gone. She has resigned, and this is our new guy. If it's going to load. Here we go. And this guy looks like a Chad. Did we already talk about this? I feel like we talked about this last week. I don't remember if we talked about this last week. But this is our new acting Secret Service Director. Looks like a Chad. Strong white guy. White History Month. God bless America. I think they learned from their mistake. You don't have a woman running your Secret Service. She is married. Kamala's married? Okay. Yeah, I thought so. He served as deputy director of the Secret Service in April 2023. He was responsible for the direct oversight of the agency's daily investigative and protective operations. He also guided the agency's policies and was responsible for introducing state-of-the-art technologies to enhance the agency's protective countermeasures. So this is our new Secret Service guy. Now let's take a look at this video. Kamala's talking about debating Trump. This is going to be awesome.
In this race on a debate stage, and so I'm ready. Let's go.
Just this week, Mr. Trump said he'd be willing to do more than one debate with Ms. Harris, but appeared to balk at the current plan.
I agreed to a debate with Joe Biden, but I want to debate her, and she'll be no different because they have the same policies.
Their head-to-head is quickly heating up. New polling shows the vice president has narrowed Mr. Trump's advantage over President Biden. The race effectively a toss-up. On the economy, Harris today slamming the former president's proposals as tax breaks for billionaires.
America has tried these failed economic policies before, but we are not going back. We are not going back.
Mr. Trump today attacking the vice president.
She's the most radical person probably that we've had in office, let alone the office of the presidency.
In Charlotte last night, casting aside his promise from last week's Republican convention
we know about
that
this.
he'd strike a more unifying tone.
You can't be too nice. You really can't be.
Oh, this is the nice comment. I do want to play this. You can't be too nice. I'm too nice.
So if you don't mind, I'm not going to be nice. Is that okay?
Let's go.
It comes as President Biden detailed his decision to drop out.
President Biden is dying right now. And I don't mean that jokingly. And I don't wish that, old people die. So I'm not going to be extra sensitive here. Like, oh, man, it's going to be so horrible for the country if a 81-year-old president dies. Listen, old people die. I'm not saying I wish harm on him or anything like that. But the story that he's dying is getting more and more traction and more credibility. There's a picture of his whole family sitting in the Oval Office, and they're all crying. And then there's another picture of him walking around looking like a zombie, and his whole family is standing around him crying. His daughter's wiping his eyes. Jill is like holding him, looking at him sadly. Hunter looks scared as shit. Hunter looks scared than a mug because as soon as Joe Biden dies, he doesn't have political protection anymore. So Hunter's freaking out. Everybody else is crying because Joe is dying. D-Y-I-N apostrophe. Dying. That's how you spell it. That's how you spell dying. Biden's dying.
Out of the race.
I revere this office.
And this is fake Biden right here.
I love my country more.
Discussing his desire to unite the country by passing
disconnected earlobe. You know why I think the earlobe controversy started? Because I think Joe Biden, since he's like a reptilian, I think he actually has one connected earlobe on his left side. The earlobe is connected, and on the right side, his earlobe is not connected. So I think that's where we got the urban legend or the conspiracy theory that he had a body double. He probably does have a body double. Most presidents, I think, do. But as far as the earlobe controversy, I think he's just a mutant. So he's got one connected earlobe and one disconnected earlobe, which shouldn't happen. This should be like a genetic defect. He probably also has like 6 toes. But anyway, and a heart made of demonic energy. I don't know.
The torch to a new generation.
There's also a time and a place for new voices,
It's
fresh
hoes and
voices.
drugs.
Yes, young.
Drugs and hoes. Drugs and hoes. Gotta have me, my drugs and hoes. All right. We don't want to hear about Biden. Rest in peace. I don't wish ill on him. Let's see what Kamala's talking about. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Hey, hey, hey. We don't want to see that. Hey, get that out of here. I'm trying to see nothing Olympic related yet. Come on. Simone Biles. Are we still... How is she not aged out of the Olympics by now? 2 ads?
So
All right.
it is good to be back.
So we talked about Trump's speech. Let's take a look at Kamala's speech. She's the girl. She's the girl. This is crazy. Let's take a look at Kamala's speech. This is from Sky News.
In Wisconsin, and it is great to be in Milwaukee.
Milwaukee. I hope she says, what's her, I wrote it down. I had to write it down. Imagine what can be unburdened by what has been. Imagine what can be unburdened by what has been. I hope she says it. We're not watching this whole thing. This is her full thing. Her whole rally is 14 minutes. Trump's rallies are like 3 hours. But anyway, 14 minutes. We're not going to watch this whole thing. We're just going to jump through it, skip around in it. This is going to be tough, guys, but let's give it a listen. Let's see if she says anything substantial.
And As many of you know, our state campaign headquarters are in this city.
Oh my God, I can't stand her voice. I pray to God that we do not have to listen to this woman's voice for 4 years. Oh my, it's so bad. I didn't listen. My name is Kamala Harris.
Yes, and there is a reason for that. The path to the White House goes through Wisconsin. Yes, it does.
The path to the
And
White House
win
goes
in
through Wisconsin?
We are counting on you right here in Milwaukee. And you all helped us win in 2020. And in 2024, we will win again.
Oh, yeah. We're going to win, guys.
Yes, we will. So, Milwaukee, I want to start by saying a few words, and I could really speak at length, but a few
There's
words.
2 people watching her. I know, we're going to lose our whole audience. Don't leave, guys. We got to roast Kamala for a little bit. I'm sorry. Listen, all I want is for you guys to just imagine a future. Or wait, imagine. I have to read it because it's so stupid that I keep forgetting how it goes. Imagine what can be unburdened by what has been.
Words about our incredible President Joe Biden. It has truly been one of the greatest honors of my life.
You have a body double, DJ on Paul? Oh yeah, then you know Biden's got a body double. If DJ on Paul has a body double,
To serve as vice president to our President Joe Biden. Joe's legacy of accomplishment over his entire career.
Shut up.
And over the past.
He's dying, so she's about to start crying. Crying. CRYN apostrophe.
Last 3.5 years is unmatched in modern history. In one term, think about it. In one term as president, he has already surpassed the legacy of most presidents who served 2 terms in office.
Yeah, he's failed worse than any other president in 1 term. What are you talking about? They always come at Trump over the debt. That Trump increased the debt. Every president has doubled the debt since pretty far back. I looked it up on a show a long time ago, but Clinton doubled the debt, Obama doubled the debt, Trump doubled the debt, Biden was on pace to double the debt even faster. Her voice is like nails on a chalkboard mixed with dial-up internet noise. Are there any youngsters in here that don't get that reference? I think we have a pretty... I don't think we have anybody that young in the audience. We have a pretty upper middle-aged audience for the most part. I don't think we got any youngsters that don't know. Yes, she does sound just... You're right. She sounds just like that. Hey, you guys want to hear the most annoying sound in the world? Ready? Listen.
And I know we are all deeply, deeply grateful for his continuing service to our nation.
Shut up. Oh my God. Listen to the zombies in the audience. Look at the brain rotted morons in the audience. Are they saying lock him up? Are they saying lock him up?
And in this campaign,
Or Kamala.
you.
They should say lock him up. That she did lock up a lot of young black potheads. I read 1900, 1900. Hey man, I'm trying to work out here. Quit making me laugh.
I will proudly put my record against his any day of the week.
Yeah, good luck.
As Attorney General of California, I took on one of our country's largest for-profit colleges that was scamming students. Donald Trump ran a for-profit college that scammed students.
I call bullshit on that. I've never heard of this.
As a prosecutor, I specialized in cases involving sexual abuse.
As a prosecutor, you locked up black men for smoking pot, and then you went on Breakfast Club with some black men and bragged about how you smoked pot while listening to Tupac before the album even came out.
Well, Trump was found liable for committing sexual abuse. As Attorney General of California, I took on the big Wall Street banks and held them accountable for fraud. Donald Trump was just found guilty of fraud on 34 counts.
This is going to be the debate right here. What she's saying right here, this is going to be at the debate. And Trump's going to say, Kamala, you locked up a bunch of black men for smoking weed. And then you bragged that you were smoking weed in Jamaica. You claim to be black, but nobody knows where you're really from. You might be from Venus. Men are from Mars. Women are from Venus. It's obviously true.
But let's also make no...
You can't listen to this crap? I'm sorry, Matthew. Hold on, a little more. Let's skip ahead. Let's see what the ending's like. Let's see what...
Summer's
we got to add. Screw it.
Many challenges.
Screw it. Screw it. We're done with that. Enough of that. I don't want to hear anymore either. You're right. You're right. You're right. Here, moment from Harris speech that left the crowd cheering. Nah, we'll skip that. Enough of that crap. Let's see what NPR is saying about how amazing Kamala is. In an energized first campaign speech, Harris makes her pitch for 2024. It wasn't that it was energized. It's just that you guys are used to listening to Joe Biden. And so now, as soon as somebody gets in there who can at least, speak clearly, you're like, wow, that was a very energized campaign. That was so energized. Please, God, make it stop. Okay, it's over. It's over. We won't play our voice anymore. I know. It hurts. The song Freedom by Beyonce played. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. As Harris greeted an excited crowd holding up white and blue signs that read Kamala and chanting her name. So, Wisconsin, I am told, as of this morning, that we have earned the support of enough delegates to secure the Democratic nomination. That's going to be my Kamala impression from now on. I'm just going to talk like an evil witch. But, Josh is our merciful cult leader. Yes, I will not force you to continue listening to that. When it's time for the massive group self-deletion, we're just going to play Kamala laughing over the loudspeaker, and everybody's going to have to sit and listen to it until all of our heads explode. Forget Kool-Aid. Kool-Aid's old. Kool-Aid's played out. We're not going to drink Kool-Aid, guys. We're just going to blast Kamala Harris into everybody's ears through the loudspeaker. Have you ever heard of Hitler's brown note? This is kind of like the brown note, except instead of pooping your pants, we play Kamala laughing really loud, and everybody's head explodes. That would kill anyone. Yes. It's going to actually be the Geneva Convention is going to ban that weapon very quickly because it's a weapon of mass destruction. You could wipe out an entire nation by just flying instead of bombers dropping bombs, we're just going to have a B-2 bomber with a mega speaker attached to it, and we're just going to play Kamala. Kamala is the new brown note. She is brown. Kamala on a loudspeaker on a B-2 bomber, and we're just going to fly over our enemies, and their heads are all just going to start popping. All right. All right. This next story, we talked about this real late in a stream last week. and we did a live reaction to the full body cam footage, the 32-minute body cam footage. And usually with stories like this, I never agree with the media. I always disagree with the mainstream narrative. But in this case, it looks pretty bad, guys. It looks pretty bad. We're going to be talking about the Sonya Massey shooting. Massey or Macy? I don't know. But when I first saw this, I was worried. I was like, here we go again. Right before an election, we're going to have more BLM riots. I think people are sick and tired of BLM. They're fed up of BLM. They figured out that it was all a scam. All the retarded Democrats who decided to donate to BLM, if they were paying any attention at the time, they would have known this. But it wasn't until 2 years later when Candace Owens was knocking on doors while she was pregnant of BLM leaders and made a documentary. Then all of a sudden it was exposed. It was exposed as it was happening, and lots of people were talking about it. But the dumb Democrats don't listen unless a black woman says it. And then all of a sudden, whoa, you mean BLM is a scam? Yeah, dumbass. We tried telling you that 1,000 times. Pay attention. Just observe things. But anyway, so I don't think BLM is rising up. I don't think we're going to have buildings on fire. I think people kind of got sick of that. Rittenhouse did a good job of displaying the fuck around and find out doctrine in America. And I don't think we're going to get to that point. Praise God. But this is another white officer shooting an unarmed, well, allegedly unarmed. She was armed. She did have a pot of boiling water 6 feet away. And that shit would hurt. If somebody threw a pot of boiling water on you, that would hurt. Rip headphone wear. Oh, am I being too loud? I'm sorry. Am I peaking? I think I might be peaking a little bit. Let's calm it down. Sorry, headphone wearers. So this is a woman who was shot in her home. And if you want to see our full reaction, we had a panel and we watched it and we slow mode and we zoomed in. We really broke this down every second of the full 32-minute footage. I'm just going to play you the minute 56 shortened version. And you have to understand that when the media puts out these short clips, they only show you what they want to see. We don't know her toxicology report. We don't know if she was high. We don't know if the police have had past interactions with this woman before. Maybe in the past she's attacked officers, you know? So we don't know the full story yet. And this story isn't gaining as much traction as I was worried that it might. So that's a good thing. I was wrong. So far, I was wrong. Sometimes Democrats are just slow on the uptake. Maybe they haven't really figured this out yet. And once they do, it could still get bad. But this is the AP minute 56 edited Sonya Massey footage. It looks very bad. Even if you play it in slow-mo and watch the full thing, it just makes it worse because this officer says, I'm going to shoot you in the effing face. If you get near me with that water, I'm going to shoot you in the effing face. And then he proceeds to shoot her in the effing face while she's crouched down on the ground with the water above her head. Now, some people say she did splash it towards them, but 3 shots to the head. And then she was still breathing, but he's telling his partner, you don't got to get the med kit. That's a headshot. She's dead. But then he's 10 minutes later, he's like, she's still breathing. Should we get the med kit? He's like, don't worry about the med kit. This is really bad. This is bad. I'm not going to justify this. Even though when Daddy Jub jumped on, he's like, Daddy Jub was being the most based of all of us. He's like, bro, if you come at me with a pot of boiling water, you're getting blasted because that would suck to get splashed with boiling water. And I think he's right about that. So let's take a look at this footage. We're not going to spend too much time on this story because we don't want to signal boost it. We don't want to give the Democrats any ammunition. They might have missed this one because they don't really pay attention to what's happening around them. So they might have just missed this one.
What do you want help with?
So leading up to this moment, she called the officers. She said she heard noises and there might be somebody in her yard. So the officers come. They walk around the property. In her driveway, there's a car with the window busted out. Okay. Then they go to her door and she's acting very strangely. And the officer is about to leave. The officer is about to walk away, but the other officer says he's going to go check on the car. As the other, and you're watching this from his partner's body cam the whole time. As he's walking away to go check the car, you hear from the side the officer talking to the woman, and she invites him into the house. They go into the house together, and I'll tell you more in a second, but let's watch this. Let's get up to the point where he gets in the house.
What do you want help with?
I heard somebody outside.
Yeah, we checked your house. We checked your backyard. I walked all the way through all these backyards. We checked your front yard.
Oh, God, Tito. What?
I want justice for my baby. Yeah.
And here's Benjamin Crump, the ambulance chaser. He showed up the moment it happened. He's going to make sure this family is rich. All the money will be gone very quickly, spent on Cadillacs and rims, but...
Think about your last name.
Okay, so now they're in the house. So when we watch the full footage, you see the one officer walks to the side yard, and then this officer gets inside the house. They're being very nice to her and friendly. They were about to leave. Then something gets said, and she comes in. This officer, who's the one who's about to do the shooting, does not have his body camera on. He actually turns his body camera on. After he draws his gun, he turns his body camera on, shoots, and then after he shoots, he realizes he doesn't have audio running, so he turns his audio on. It's very strange. It's very strange. He turns his body camera on after drawing his gun, turns his body camera on, shoots, then turns his audio on, and then he says to his partner, crap, I wasn't running, meaning his camera and his audio wasn't running. And his partner says, don't worry, I got it all. I was recording everything. But we need to see this guy's body cam, which wasn't running, for what he said to get into the house, or what she said. And what's strange is he tells her the stove is on, and there's a pot of water on the stove, and he says, your stove's running. We don't need anything to catch on fire in here, so go turn that stove off. So the cop actually tells her to go turn off the stove. This whole thing looks very fishy.
Trouble. I just need to
Massey.
Huh?
Massey.
Yeah. You have an ID? That'd make things so much easier. I just need just driver's license will do.
But I want to tell y'all, the sheriff.
I don't care about this.
Check on her.
So he tells her to go to the kitchen.
We don't need a fire while we're here.
Right.
Now, I don't know why his partner couldn't just walk over there and turn off the stove. So she grabs the pot holder, she picks up the pot, and now here's where it gets strange. So she picks up the water and they both start backing up, and she says, where are you going? Why are you moving? He says, I don't want you to burn me with that hot water. Then she says, I rebuke you in the name of Christ, which is something you say when you're about to do a water baptism on somebody, which does imply she's going to splash that water on them.
Your hot steaming water.
I'm getting away from your hot steaming water. I rebuke you in the name of Jesus. She says, I'll rebuke you in the name of Jesus. He said, huh? I'll rebuke you in the name of Jesus with this hot steaming boiling water. And he says, you better not. I swear to God, I'll shoot you in the fucking face. What?
swear to God, I'll shoot you right in your face.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Drop the pot.
Pulls his gun.
Drop the pot.
This man had 2 convictions.
Drop the pot. She crouches down on the ground and he shoots her 3 times. Partner draws his gun, doesn't take a shot. Maybe he turned the body camera on right before he shot.
For DUI. He had a conviction for driving under the influence. And he was a member of law enforcement.
Look at this dumb chick next to him going,
What an embarrassment. What an embarrassment to this country, to this county.
Bro, look at this. This chick is annoying me right now. All right. And then it doesn't show you the footage afterwards, but there's a lot of footage afterwards where he basically tells his partner's like, I'm going to go get the med kit out of the car. And he says, it's a headshot. You don't need to waste your time with the med kit. And then, like 10 minutes later, backup comes and stuff, and they're over her. And he's like, she's still breathing. And then he tells her again not to go get the med kit. So, very fishy situation. Strange footage. We broke it down. You can watch the stream from last Tuesday night. We went over all of this. And it looked like it was bad. I was worried that we were going to have another summer of love. But it hasn't caught on like that yet. Let's see. Massey, okay, so record show from AP, record show deputy charged in Sonya Massey's fatal shooting worked for 6 agencies in 4 years. So, I mean, this guy could just be a bad cop. I don't know, and they didn't have less than lethal. We looked at that in the video. They did not have less than lethal tasers on their other side. But it just, I can't justify this one, guys. I gotta be fair. I can't justify blasting an old woman in the face 3 times just because she's down on the ground with a pot of boiling water. I can't justify it. I'm not going to be intellectually dishonest just to prove a point. I'm going to call it like I see it. I'm going to be fair. And I believe I was fair with George Floyd, Tyree Nichols, Breonna Banks, Ahmaud Arbery, Jacob Blake, all of them. I've always been fair. All of those were justified. George Floyd was not murdered. Breonna Banks was a mess. Jacob Blake had a knife. Ahmaud Arbery tried to grab the shotgun from McMichaels. All of this stuff and citizens' arrests were legal. All of this stuff I analyzed. A lot of it happened before I started doing the stream, but as it was happening, I was watching it, and the media lied to us. This one, I'm going to be honest, I don't think this was justified. He was charged with murder. He's probably going to do 30 years for this. He better get more time than Chauvin, at least. She had a laundry basket perched weirdly on a chair, and that's what she went behind. Yeah, we played that in slow-mo last week. We looked at all of that. I even talked about the oddly placed chair. I said maybe there's potentially a gun in that chair. But we played the video in slow-mo, and you see the chair. There's nothing in the chair. She didn't have a weapon. She was actually crouched down with the bucket above her head when the guy shot. So there's no way to justify this. Anybody who's trying to justify it didn't analyze the video as much as we did last week. We played it. We watched the whole 32 minutes. We slowed it down. We went frame by frame. We zoomed in. We did all of that last week. And I mean, it's funny to say, well, she's got a pot of boiling water. That would hurt. That justifies it. No, it doesn't. No, it doesn't. It was a little old lady behind a counter about 5 feet away from you with water, and she's hiding behind the pot of water, and it's above her head. Like, say she splashes it. I mean, it is. So just ignore the boiling pot of water? Bro, they were far away from. Also, they sent her to the stove. They could have just walked over there and turned it off. There's no. It's not. That was a bit much. He moved forward while she was down because she didn't want to get. Right. He moved towards her. He aggressed on her. She was crouching down and holding the pot over her head. And then he walked forward and looked over the counter and shot her. She was not aggressing on him with the water. That's not what happened. We played it in slow-mo, okay? As soon as he says, "I'll shoot you in the face," she backs up. He backs up. Then he pulls his gun and she crouches down with the pot of water behind her. She's holding the pot over her head and she crouches down almost like she's hiding behind the pot of water. And he walks up to the counter, looks over the counter, and shoots her 3 times. Like, if y'all are trying to justify that, you're being disingenuous. I get it, but they sent her to her death, poor lady. I get it, but see, the problem is you've seen so many of these stories where we've been lied to. You've seen so many stories like this where it's totally bogus, and then it causes outrage, and the media pushes fake narratives on us, that when something really unjustified happens, you're so used to being lied to that you think, "Oh, there's gotta be blah 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 blah," and now people who are justifying this are acting like the Democrats. Like, we're supposed to be intellectually consistent and intellectually honest, and we're not supposed to be the side. We're supposed to be the side of facts, not feelings. And yeah, poor crazy lady. Well, she's dead now. Scalding water can melt skin. I know that, but she wasn't aggressing them with the water. As soon as he pulled his gun out, she crouched down and was behind the pot. The pot was over her head, and she's a little old black lady. So, and no, come on. If you're a cop dealing with this every day, you're more qualified than some guy watching a video. There's the stupid appeals to authority that you guys always do. There it is. Okay. Everybody, whatever. You guys are being, that's fine. You guys can be be dumb if you want, but I watched the video in slow-mo. The cop was in the wrong. He knows he was in the wrong. She was old. What do you mean she wasn't old? She was an old crackhead. Tiny old skinny old lady. Anyway, but that's that. Oh, and let's see. What we know about the deputy charged with killing Sonya Massey in her home after she called 911 for help. He entered a not guilty plea, was denied pretrial release. The state's training and standards, boat records show Grayson's law enforcement certified has been suspended. Let's see. I'm trying to see. He worked for 6 agencies in 4 years after being charged twice with DUI. He began working part-time with Pawnee Police in August 2020, then moved to the Kincaid and Verdon Police Department before taking up full-time work with Auburn Police and Logan County Sheriff's Office. Grayson's resignation letter from Auburn Police Department, reviewed by CNN, did not suggest he left due to problems or disciplinary issues. He wrote, "I've had nothing but a positive experience." Okay, so that's not important. He listed his reason for leaving both the Verdon and Pawnee Police Departments as wanting to be a full-time officer. Okay, so why is that even important? He was charged with DUI twice, pled guilty, and paid more than $2,400 in fines. I'll fucking shoot you in the fucking face. 36-minute video. Each of the 2 deputies who responded. Also, the way he the way he turned his camera on right before was odd too. She had a prowler at her home. I rebuke you in the name of Jesus. He draws his firearm, points it at her, and she ducks and says, "I'm sorry," while lifting the pot, the video shows. Drop the fucking pot. 3 shots are heard. And then he says, "Dude, I'm not taking fucking boiling water to the fucking head." And look, it came right to our feet. So he's claiming that she splashed it in their direction and it got near their feet. Yeah, this is not justified. This is not justified. Now, if she was standing and coming towards them with the water, then I would say, okay, I get it. It's justified. But that's not what happened. Jesus is going to punish someone there. It's marked down. Vengeful Truther. I'm glad Vengeful Truther is being intellectually honest here instead of emotional. She rebuked the devil. You can't talk out loud to Jesus. You're talking to the devil. Well, I'm not saying she's a saint. Then the rebuking thing? No, the rebuking thing happened first. First, she said, "I'll rebuke you in the name of Jesus." And then he said, "You better not. I'll shoot you." That came afterwards, not before. So the lady was deaf? I don't know about that. That's fake news. Jesus used to pray in the garden? Anyway, it's okay. I understand why you guys would make those assumptions. I was trying to do the same thing. You know, it's White History Month. I was trying to do the same thing, but it's not doable in this case. You guys are just wrong if you're saying that. Yeah. The history I share with... Now, here's where the media pulls on your heartstrings. The history I share with Sonya Massey makes me grieve her death and even more. Over the 20 years I spent writing a book about the lynching death of my great-grandfather, news of killing black people kept overwhelming me. According to the... Hold on. So I guess she had a grandpa who was lynched. And this is... Or wait, this is the writer. I don't know. I don't even care about this story. Somebody's grandpa was lynched. I don't know. Enough of that. Enough of that. I kind of figured my audience would not agree with me on this one. She kind of asked for it by holding the hot pot of water and not obeying when he told her to put it down, but the cop could have de-escalated since she was far away and crouching. Right, it's their job to de-escalate. It's not their job to say, I'll fucking shoot you in the fucking face. That's not their job. Yeah, he could have de-escalated. They should have had less than lethal options, but they didn't. Which that's weird. Now, Facebook is saying there are vigils planned. Once the vigils start, then the burning starts. It's usually how that goes. So, yeah, that's that. You guys can have your own opinions. I don't care. I just think you're wrong. You should have heard the shit I said in Afghanistan. Well, that's different. I like the story. It's getting me amped up. No, I don't see the reason for the shooting. I don't either, Dean. I don't either. I don't see the reason for a lot of things. It all actually... Now, if you want to say it's all a psyop, it's all fake to try to rile people up, I could agree with you on that because there's a lot of weird stuff in that video. Like, first off, they're walking away from the house, and then the one cop who has his body cam on walks around the corner. Next thing you know, the other cop who doesn't have his body cam on is inside of the house, and the other guy comes inside of the house. That was weird. The fact that the one cop was on the other side of the counter and he couldn't just reach over and turn off the stove, that was weird. And it wasn't just the shooting. It's what happens after the shooting that is, in the very least, police malpractice. I don't know if police malpractice is a thing, but the whole thing is fishy. I'll give you that much. I will say the whole thing was fishy, but I don't think it was justified. And I'm critical on these. Like, I'll straight up say George Floyd was not murdered. Derek Chauvin should not be in jail. The McMichaels had every right to shoot Jacob Blake. He was not a jogger. No. Or not Jacob Blake, Ahmaud Arbery. And that's not even police, but Jacob Blake, every reason to be shot. So, almost all of them, I always say, Breonna Taylor shouldn't be living with drug dealers, and you shouldn't allegedly shoot at the cops when they knock on your door. And then everybody says it's a no-knock raid. They did knock. And then somebody shot at the cops. I don't know if it was the boyfriend or Breonna Taylor. The boyfriend said outside the building that Breonna was shooting at the cops. So, all of those justified. That one, I get it. A pot of boiling water is dangerous. I get it. But, come on. Anyway, let's move on. George up the jungle, strong as he can be. How he acted afterwards is all her fault. The Thin Blue Line Gang always protects each other, no matter the crimes they commit. This was definitely the cop's mistake if the whole department is throwing him under the bus. Well, even his partner, afterwards, his partner is like shaking. And his partner's talking to another officer, and the other officer grabs him. He's like, "Are you okay?" And the guy's just like shaking. He's like, "I don't know what happened. I don't know." Like, the partner's like, "I have no idea why that went the way it just went," basically. And then the other officer who walks up and grabs him by the shoulder, he says, "Come here. Turn your camera off. Come here. Let's talk." I don't know what they're talking about, but he's like, "Did you shoot? Did you shoot?" And he's like, "No, I didn't shoot. I didn't shoot." And he's like, "Okay, good." Grabs him by the shoulder. He says, "Are you okay? Come here. Turn your camera off." And if he's a bad cop, his partner would be a good reference. Oh, his partner is totally blaming him. His partner's like, "I don't know what the hell happened." His partner didn't even have his gun drawn. And the partner was just as far from the woman as the guy who did the shooting. The partner didn't have his gun drawn. The partner was just chilling. The one guy pulls his gun and starts walking her down as she is crouched behind the counter, and then blasts her in the face. And the partner's like, "Whoa, what the hell?" And then the partner pulls out his gun after the guys already started shooting. Like, you know, the partner's like, "I don't know why he started shooting." He could have just been having a bad day. Now, there could be more to the story. Like I said, it could be that she's called cops out to the house multiple times. Maybe she's thrown boiling water on cops before. Maybe she's attacked the police before. Maybe they've dealt with this lady before. All that stuff would add more context to the story that I don't know. But from analysis of the footage that we have, it's not justified. Nope. And as far as Matthew making the dumb comment about somebody analyzing a video is not the same as being a police officer, that's called an appeal to authority. Those are stupid. Those are what dumb people make. Don't do that, Matthew. You don't get to say, you can only talk about this thing if you're in that career field. That's dumb. Don't do that. That's the same thing that the girls do at the abortion rallies and say you can't talk about abortion unless you have a penis or unless you have a vagina. It's dumb. It's dumb. Don't do that, Matthew. That's the wildest description of that scene. What do you mean? Oh, you mean an honest description? You mean breaking it down frame by frame and talking about it honestly, slow-mo, zooming in like we did last week? That's wild? Okay. Anyway, Let's move on. Let's watch Snoop Dogg lighting a giant joint. Snoop Dogg's got a giant blunt. Yo, how come no officers are shooting Snoop Dogg right now? He's got a giant flaming blunt in his hand at the Olympics. But nobody's shooting him in the face. I put weight on it. I know you do. That's just it's just not smart. I know you do. That's what liberals do.
Can you stop 1 minute here? Can we see the crip walk?
Can we see the crip walk? Can we see the crip walk? That's a gang symbol. Snoop Dogg has a giant flaming blunt and he's doing the crip walk at the Olympics and nobody's shooting him in the face. Yeah, see, Sal, extra context like that would make a difference to my thoughts on it. If I had context that she's attacked the cops before and called them to her house and then attacked them, then that changes things. But I can only analyze the information that we have. Snoop Dogg, giant flaming blunt, crip walking at the Olympics. What a mess. What a mess. Let's talk about the Olympics. This is gross. This clip is going to get me hit with a copyright because it's the Indian Express. This is Indian news. For some reason, whenever I play like Hindustan news or Indian news, they always Ermagerd, you turd. I said that earlier. On with this. I said that earlier. Ermagerd, you turd. I said that last week. I've been done said that. Anyway, listen. Watch this from Indian news. People are pissed about these Olympics.
The 2024 Paris Olympics opening ceremony for the 33rd Olympic Games on Friday.
I knew you guys wouldn't like that take. I knew it. I don't care.
Turned France capital into a colossal amphitheater. The iconic River Seine served as a track for the athletes' parade, and the ceremony began with the 6-kilometer-long Parade of Nations. Athletes from 205 countries and 1 refugee team sailed down the Seine on boats despite heavy rain. American pop superstar Lady Gaga performed at
Man, hold on. Lady Gaga?
It's a man, baby!
the event. Event organizers called the ceremony the biggest in Olympic Games history.
Yo, the lasers coming off of the Eiffel Tower, though, that's kind of sick. That looked sick.
More than 3 lakh people watching on the banks of the Seine and billions tuned in on television. Some acts, including the recreation of Jesus Christ the Last.
Now, anyway, we'll talk about this in a second. But yeah, you've seen it. It's gross. Drag Queen Last Supper. Drag Queen Last Supper. Overweight women, women, I don't know. This,
Beta! It's a man, baby!
Yeah. This is definitely a man. This person has a beard and breasts. This is a man. That's a man. That's a man. This might be a woman, but she's a very large woman. Maybe that's the winner of the Ohio Miss America or whatever it was. This is so gross.
Last Supper, the beheading of Mary Antoinette, and Philip Catherine's depiction of Dionysus, the god of wine, sparked controversy on social media. Netizens called the ceremony.
Now, in this picture, you don't see it, but right over here to the left, off the camera, there's a little girl sitting on the table. And then there's a scene where he gets up and starts dancing on the table. And some guy picks up the little girl and starts dancing with her with a circle of drag queens around. Look at this bearded fully bearded lady man thing here.
Ceremony disrespectful and absolute garbage. One user wrote, and I quote, "They are literally mocking the Last Supper, and majority of France are following."
There's a little girl right here. Okay, so she was to the right. There's a little Asian girl sitting on the table. And then one of these black guys picks up the little Asian girl and starts dancing with her. And they all crowd around the little girl.
Of Christ. Cricket presenter Alan Wilkins slammed the event as the worst ever opening ceremony, writing on X, "Is this the worst ever opening ceremony of an Olympic Games? Absolute garbage to deliver to a global audience."
Yeah.
Another user said, "The worst.
This bearded freak right here. What the heck?
So chaotic, messy, bland, and boring. No
Yes,
passion
this is
at
the
all.
fall of
A
Babylon.
bunch of robots would have done better." Some users said that while the ideas behind the acts were good, the execution was bad.
No.
This is the third time Paris is hosting the Olympics after 1900 and 1924.
Nothing good comes from France. And all the transformer drag queen crap that's happening in America, that started in France. Feminism, the sexual, the gender studies and all that crap, France. Blame France.
India is represented by 117 athletes, including 47 women in the sporting
Yeah.
spectacle.
That's not the Last Supper. That's the gay brunch. Snoop Dogg carries the torch. We already played this. Yeah, so they had a thing where they cut off Marie Antoinette's head. Here's the picture of that. No thanks. Get that out of here. Why is this not playing? Oh, there's an ad. Here's the pic. And I guess it was somebody in a dress, and the head is singing a song. A beheaded Marie Antoinette is one of the wildest and crazy things ever at the Olympics. Not as crazy as what happened next. Give the singing beheaded Marie Antoinette all the medals. Yep, just casually throw a guillotine Marie Antoinette into the Olympics. A fourth wrote, "Marie Antoinette followed the most metal thing I've ever seen." Yeah, okay. Whatever. I think it's weird. But then it gets worse. From National Review. Drag queens parody The Last Supper during... This is the worst part. And the little girl on the table. Here's two gay guys with their shirts off. Here's a bearded woman man thing. Drag queens parodied Leonardo da Vinci's rendition of The Last Supper. Now, they're trying to memory hole you on this. The media narrative is telling us that it's actually a Greek thing, blah, 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 blah. And I've read about this, and I've talked to people about this who know about Greek mythology and things like that, and they say they've never seen anything like this. They've never seen anything like that in Greek mythology. Now, maybe the blue guy, he represents a Greek person, but the table in the Last Supper scene, it was definitely a shot at Christians. I don't care what they tell you. If you believe the cover-up, then you're an idiot. Bottom line. What a bunch of dung beetles. I don't know kids who care about the Olympics. What would she say? Children were watching that. Wow. When I was a kid, we would always watch the Olympics. My mom always wanted to watch the Olympics. And so even if I didn't really care about the Olympics, it was still playing in my house. Opening ceremony was filled with transgender mockery of the Last Supper, the golden calf idol, and even the pale horse from the book of Revelation. We have that right here. Here's the picture of the pale horse. So they had this like hologram, or I don't know how they did it, but it looked like a hologram of a translucent pale horse riding across the water, which is a sign of the end times in Revelation. No bueno. So all sorts of evil symbolism, not just the drag queen Last Supper, but also the pale horse. It's all bad. I know you guys have heard a lot about it, but have you heard this was from Breitbart, that the day after, the basilica shined as technical anomaly blackout plunged Paris into darkness after debauched Olympic ceremony. So there was a blackout. A technical anomaly plunged major areas of Paris into darkness on Saturday evening as a blackout struck the City of Lights just one evening after the lewd LGBT-themed Olympic opening ceremony drew backlash from Christians around the world. God shut the lights off in Paris. Bro, if the grid goes down, y'all are dead to me. But if some Olympic gayness happens, we may actually see and fight in the actual apocalypse. I know, that would be crazy, huh? That's what it's looking like. That's the way it's going. When the grid goes down, y'all are dead to me. The power went out. God shut off the power in Paris. He said, "Forget this mess. This is nasty. You want to make fun of my son? You want to make fun of the Last Supper? You want to put a bunch of drag queens pretending to be Jesus and the disciples, dancing with little children, a bunch of evil symbolism? Guess what? I'm just going to turn the lights off. Grid down equals bye, JS." Bro, God shut off the power. Let's freaking go. Let's freaking go. I don't want to talk about that too much. It's nasty, but they're trying to flip the script. Next, they'll claim polar shifts. Yeah. Ads. You guys got ads? Yep. So that all happened. I got to do something real quick. Let's just talk about whatever for a few seconds. I need to get my memes. I need to grab the memes out of my phone real quick so we can do meme review. Problem is, I don't know where we ended last week. What was the last meme last week? Okay, we did that one. Let's see. Give me one moment. I gotta find the first. Okay, I think this is the first one. Yeah, we'll start here. Grab this one, 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 here, 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 here. 1 second, guys. I am being unprofessional right now. I forgot to do this morning. I did make the thumbnail for the debate tomorrow, and I made, yeah. Let's see, and then let's put these in this folder. Paste. Double check to make sure there's no, like, because I screenshot when I pay bills and stuff, I screenshot my account stuff. So, all right, guys, you know what time it is. It's time for the memes. It's meme time, baby. Let's go. Oh my goodness, what is that? What is this? I think, did you send this to me, number one? There's not much to be said about this, but
It's a man, baby.
oh man. Kamala and Big Mike. What the heck? Okay. Nothing to say about that. No caption or anything. Just an angry looking Big Mike with Kamala. Next. I'm with her. I'm with her, says the Democrats. Oh, so you do know what a woman is. Now that Kamala is running for president, now you're with her. Huh? Are the sound effects really loud? Let's not blow out your eardrums. Okay. Next. We have to end systemic racism. Joe Biden wrote laws used to enable the systemic racism. Kamala Harris enforced those laws on minorities. That's why I have to vote for Democrats. They will end systemic racism. Or maybe not. Anybody? Anybody? Does this sound right? Clown. Next. It's okay to be white. It's okay to be white. It's okay to be black. It's okay to be straight. It's okay to be gay. It's okay to be you. But it's never okay to stop at a yellow light when we both could have made it, bitch. Funny story. Somebody stopping at a yellow light during a rainstorm is the reason why I'm in Utah right now. Long story. I'm not going to tell it. But next. Secret Service director resigns in disgrace for failing to assassinate Trump. Aw.
Beta!
Beta Secret Service. Bye, Kim. Bye, Kim. Bye, Kim. Remember from the interview? Bye, Kim. Eminem wrote a song about Kim. It's a great song. It's called Kim. Whoa, what's going on here? Why is it not? Hold on a second. We have technical difficulties. Okay. Then, Trump with the torch. Now, drag queen with the torch. Dang.
Beta!
It's a man, baby.
Wow. That's sad. Next! First time her career has advanced from a man pulling out. Oh, no. Oh, no. Okay, next. And here we have it. So here's bearded man, drag queen, overweight lady, drag queen, 2 gay guys, drag queen, lesbian. Here's the little girl. I don't know why there's a little child involved in this. Isn't it interesting? It's almost like they're trying to groom children. Why would there be a whole bunch of gay people and drag queens and bearded men and ladies and just everything degenerate in the world, and then a little Asian girl? A little Asian girl. Almost like, what does she represent? Human trafficking? What does little Yang Jiankui have to do with all of this mess? And here's the Last Supper. And if you notice, so Da Vinci had 2 versions of this. This is not the actual Last Supper. The actual Last Supper, there's no women. But Da Vinci allegedly, if you read the Da Vinci Code, which does have some historical basis, had a version of the Last Supper where Mary Magdalene was behind Jesus. And then that's where they get the idea from the Da Vinci Code that Jesus actually was in a relationship with Mary Magdalene. I don't believe it. But anyway, Last Supper, gay brunch. Gay brunch, Last Supper. See, here's Jesus, and we say,
It's a man, baby.
and then here's drag queens, and we say,
Beta!
Okay. Next. Hawk Tua 24. Spit on that thing with Kamala. Oh my goodness. Da Vinci didn't exist, I think. Oh, I never heard that one. That's interesting. Josh, that song Bibby sent you about Eminem was priceless. I know. He made it with dang old Melandra Magno. Welcome. Never seen you here. Shout out. I'm here listening, not in chat, but now you can start the show. What's up, Lord Spike? My alarm's going off. Why do I have an alarm set for 8:15? I love the memes of Big Mike. It's not like us dudes are wearing ties. You can be a little unprofessional. We'll forgive you. I believe in it. I don't see how or why he would have been able to make himself go through with the crucifixion. He was the Son of God. He could have just not. I believe in it. I don't see how or why he would have been able to make himself go through with the crucifixion. He was the Son of God. He could have just not. Well, he couldn't just not go through with the crucifixion because Jesus did not have free will. See, Jesus understood that you have to render unto the Father's will. So when Jesus was in the garden, he said, I know I have the ability to bring down a legion of angels right now and wipe everybody out. But not my will, your will be done. Jesus understood that we are not in control. God is in control. The Father is in control. Jesus understood that. Jesus knew that the idea of free will was actually a satanic lie, and so he did not use his free will to stop. He could have willed himself if he was following his daddy Satan, but his daddy was not Satan. His father was God. So he had no choice but to be crucified because that is what was the plan. That was the Father made that happen, and there's no other way it could have went. So I think it's perfectly logical that he was married and had children. The church really doesn't like to admit Jesus was also human. Yeah, that's the idea of the Da Vinci Code, is that the oh, sorry, you guys are looking at the wrong size. Yeah, that's the idea, is that he married Mary Magdalene and he had children, and the actual Ark of the Covenant, or the actual Fountain of Youth, is the genetic downline of Jesus. And that there's a genetic downline of Jesus and Mary Magdalene. So when I read the Da Vinci Code and when I looked into all that stuff, it actually doesn't change anything. Even if that were true, well, having kids, I think, causes problems. I don't think he had kids with her, but the idea that Jesus could have been in a relationship with Mary Magdalene doesn't change anything about the message. It doesn't, cast aspersions on Jesus. But I don't think they could have had kids. Because then that causes a whole problem with, would his children also be divine? That's a tough one. That's a tough one. Don't wait for the next book from the Vatican. It'll be a poor sequel. Is that a joke? Anyway, next. Arr. Hey, Trump. Hey, Trump. Trump, I heard that you were going to save the country. Well, I'm here to bite your ear off. I will eat your children. I'll grape your babies. Arr. Damn, Mike. Back off, Mike. Next. I wish we had more gun control. Done. Poof. And then he gets shot. How did I get shot? Because criminals don't care about gun control, and neither should you. Stay strapped or get clapped. Mecca lecca high, mecca hiney ho. Next. Aaron. Lied to her that I can play chess. Oh, this is funny. Lied to her that I can play chess. Now she wants to play me online. How do I learn chess in 30 minutes? This guy with the legendary move here. Make her use white. Open another chess app as white. Play her moves and reply with whatever the computer plays. This shit too easy. I think, here's my conspiracy theory. I think this is what Tar Baby Yoda did to me when he won in chess, because we played 4 games and I won the first 2 and it was easy. And then all of a sudden in the last 2 games, he beats me handily. I think he was doing this trick right here. That's my conspiracy theory. Yep. What about the thought that he ordered to remove the marriage and kids to protect his line? Yeah, it's interesting, and I looked into it years and years and years ago. I don't believe it. It is interesting. It is a fun little story, but I don't believe it. I don't think so. My Jesus was single and a virgin. I like to think of my Jesus as a single virgin. Little 8-pound, 9-ounce baby Jesus. If he was a saint, he wouldn't do that. It's kind of slick, but wrong. Yeah. Next. Kamala Harris distances herself from Kamala Harris. Hey, got him. Thanks, Babylon B. Next. Kamala Harris loves Venn diagrams. Here's the Kamala Harris Venn diagram. So we have people who understand Venn diagrams, people who can make Venn diagrams, people who like Venn diagrams, and then way over here on the side, we have Kamala Harris, who just happens to like Venn diagrams, but doesn't understand them and can't make them. That's because Kamala Harris is beta. Beta. Next. Oh, more Venn diagrams. Venn diagrams are my favorite. Incompetent, idiot, DEI hire, me. In the middle is me. Dang.
Merry Christmas, Happy Schwanza, Happy Hanukkah.
Next. I wonder what the last thing was that went through his mind. We have Matthew Crooks here. Copper and lead. Copper and lead is the last thing that went through his mind as he was laying on that roof. Dang.
Murderers.
Yeah.
Oh, Clinton, he murdered a guy.
Next. Biden was almost full term, so the Democrats had to abort him. Dang. Dang. Got him. What's up, Damien? Sandbagging. What's sandbagging? The Da Vinci Code stuff. His line, she means his downline, like Jesus and Mary had kids, and the downline. That's what the Da Vinci Code is about. And the Da Vinci Code is fiction, but there's actually a lot of historical evidence, and there's actual images of the paintings and the codes that Da Vinci was a weird guy. Well, Matthew says it's possible that Da Vinci never actually existed, which is interesting. I've never heard that one. I have to look into it. But anyway, next meme. How I like this one. I want to post this on my Facebook because I know a lot of old liberal white ladies that are crazy. How liberal white women see themselves when they endorse Kamala Harris. Oh, all the minorities love me. They carry me through the streets like Daenerys Targaryen. Dang. Dang. Oh, man. Next. Kamala, what are you talking about? Today is today. Today is today. Yesterday was today, yesterday. Tomorrow will be today, tomorrow. So live today, so the future today will be as the past today. Oh, man. Beta! That's going to be my Kamala Harris impression. It's just going to be a crazy, weird-sounding old witch lady. Next. Claire Lehman says, I know it's superficial, but I like that Kamala can dance and that she looks incredible for her age. She looks like the kind of person you'd like to have a margarita or two with. And then Michael Henry says, repeal the 19th. Dang. Thanks, Michael.
It's a man, baby.
You're right, Michael. And this is why women form consensus and they vote for stupid things sometimes. Not all, but most. Next. Oh, no. Mr. Beast has a new video with 3.6 million views. I locked 100 kids in a room with my best friends. With my best friend. I locked 100 kids in a room with my best friend. Damn!
It's a man, baby.
That's Kris. Don't let Kris near the children. Dang. More Kamala voice. No more Kamala voice. Wait, we have a split decision here. Some people say more Kamala voice. Some people say less Kamala voice. His best friend is a crossdresser? No, his best friend is a transformer. Not just a crossdresser. A transformer diaper sniper. Not just a transformer, but a diaper sniper transformer. Oh, yeah, we'll talk about that later in the show. The last hour, we're going to cover YouTube drama. A diaper sniper, Kris Tyson. Next. Did you hear about Kris from Mr. Beast? Right, thanks. She groomed a bunch of kids. Oh, no. Watch out for Kris. And Kris is not dead naming Kris because he changed his name to Ava Kris Tyson. But instead of being spelled with a C, it's spelled with a K now. So we can still call him Kris and not dead name him. But the fact that I keep saying him and he is, I guess, technically dead naming. But watch out. You two. Here come the LGBT low IQ STD community. Next. Gwyneth Paltrow broke down and ate bread during quarantine. What was your lowest point? I lost my job and my mother died. Damn. Gwyneth Paltrow ate some bread. What was your lowest point during quarantine? I lost my job and my mother died. Damn. That's not funny. Next. Second Amendment to the Constitution of the United States of America. A well-regulated militia being necessary to the security of a free state, the right of the people to keep and bear arms shall not be infringed. A free people ought not only be armed and disciplined, but, and here's the highlighted part, they should have sufficient arms and ammunition to maintain a status of independence from any who might attempt to abuse them, which would include their own government. Did you hear that? Includes their own government. Be well armed. Wow. And that's from George Washington. Did George Washington say that? I thought somebody else wrote that. Anyway, next. Taylor Swift could perform. Taylor Swift could perform in my bathroom, and I still wouldn't attend. Damn. Beta Taylor Swift. Taylor Swift looks like a man.
It's a man, baby.
What the heck? Why do people love Taylor Swift so much? I don't get it. I don't get it. What's chat talking about? How's that one a meme? I don't know, Dean. I don't make the memes. I just look at them. I shared that one too. Matthew, I swear they did that. Even JS said they were brutal. Biden wants to change the Constitution. Yeah, they change it all the time. That's why there's so many amendments. They say it's fluid and it could constantly change. Anyway, next. That's why you need to, your Constitution should not be found in the Constitution of America. Your Constitution should be found in Scripture and God, the God of Abraham, God the Almighty. If your Constitution is based on the Constitution of America, and I mean Constitution as in little c and then big C, your Constitution, how you constitute yourself, should not be based on the Constitution of America. It was a great document written by some great men a long time ago, and it helped us form the greatest country ever. But nowadays, it really, it's not going to save us. It's not going to save us. It was written too vaguely. It was great if we had a homogenous, small, like-minded, same ideology, same race, small group of citizens. It worked. But as Adam said, the Constitution only works for a moral and religious people. If we don't have a moral and religious nation, the Constitution doesn't matter. It doesn't work when you're letting demon worshipers and everybody from every nation come in here. We don't have a homogenous nation. We don't have a uniform culture. The Constitution doesn't mean anything anymore. Your Constitution, you need to constitute yourself through Scripture and God and following God and your church. As long as it's a good church. There's some messed up churches out there, but specifically the Holy Spirit and Scripture. That should be your Constitution. Next, Kamala Harris says nobody should have to go to jail for smoking weed. And then it says, readers added context they thought people might want to know. As district attorney, Kamala Harris oversaw 1,900 convictions for marijuana offenses, some of which resulted in jail time. And then Kamala Harris says nobody should go to jail for smoking weed. And she went on the Breakfast Club and admitted to being a pothead in some time warp time where Tupac made his albums in it before he actually made them. Crazy. And people will still vote for this lady. It's ridiculous. Next. Diarrhea. When you're climbing up the ladder and you feel a little splatter. Diarrhea. It says Diarrhea Awareness Month starts Monday, runs till Friday. Diarrhea Awareness Month starts Monday, and it runs till Friday. That's gross. Next. I've been transitioning children without their parents' consent. This crazy liberal woman's like, yes, thank you. And he says, to Christianity. Evil eyes. Ah! Nice. I've been transitioning children without their parents' consent to Christianity.
It's a man, baby.
Hey, let's freaking go. Next. Venn diagram. Here's a Harris Venn diagram for you. Gay, retarded, the Biden-Harris administration. Hey, I don't know why I played that sound effect. It was irrelevant. But anyway, gay Harris, the Biden-Harris administration. Gay, retarded, the Biden-Harris administration is both. Hey. And if they get elected, it's going to be a sad day for America. Next. Mike Pence showing what part of Africa Kamala Harris comes from. India. India's not in Africa. What? Wait. Next. And we're back to the beginning. So that is it for the memes. All right. That's the best Venn diagram ever. I can't stand that stuff. Especially, what are you talking about, Dean? Yo mama's Constitution. Speaking of Constitution, it's Diarrhea Awareness Month, and it runs till Friday. All right. Let me open up. We don't have a lot of rapid fire news. We have a couple funny reels to watch, and then we will do rapid fire news, and then we'll talk about the YouTube drama. Not a lot of rapid fire news, but we do have some funny stories. So let's get into this. Let's look at these funny reels real quick. All right. Y'all ready for this? Check this out. This is a real life Pokemon battle. You ready for this? Check this out. If you can't see, it's a grasshopper and a bird. And they're dang having a Pokemon battle. Double team. Ooh, Scyther. Pidgey used Gust. Sword attack. Sword dance. Oh, Pidgey ran away. Pidgey got away safely. Level 3 Pidgey. Clearly a Fletchender. Oh, yeah, that's not a Pidgey. It's more like a Fletchender. Okay. Nice. Next. What's this one? Oh, this is funny. So says, this pretty much explains the world today. They say, excuse me, would you mind taking a photo of us? All right, watch.
Would you mind taking a photo of us?
Yeah, no problem.
Thank you.
Okay, everybody say cheese.
Oh, actually, I'm a vegan. Could you please have us say something else?
Okay, everybody say tofu.
Tofu is actually not as good for you as vegans think. Any CrossFitter will tell you that. It's bad for your testosterone levels.
Okay, I'm sorry. How about we all just smile?
Oh, if one more asshole asks me to smile.
Not really an asshole. Taking a photo for you, so...
What's there to smile about anyway?
Okay, would you like me to just count backwards from 3?
Oh, would you like dyslexic people to just not exist?
My cousin has dyslexia, so offended.
Adopted. Don't even know who my cousins are, so more offended.
How about this? We all put a word we're comfortable with in our heads, and I'll get the shot.
No, it doesn't sound very inclusive, though, does it? I suppose you'd like us all to stand a few metres apart, would you, Stalin?
Jesus Christ.
Oh, I don't see what religion has to do with this.
Well, I'm an atheist, so majorly triggered.
Is that a comment on the gun debate? Still trying to control
Triggered.
people.
But it's not just
Gun
the people.
control.
Has anyone thought about the animals?
Look, this is what we're going to do. Everybody throw up a peace sign, and I'll take a photo.
Wow. Cultural appropriation is alive and well. Why don't you just ask us to say kung fu?
Guess what? New plan, group selfie, ready, set, go, boom. And looks awesome. You're going to love it.
What?
Nice to meet you.
Oh. You took it with the front camera, you stupid cyclist.
You took it with the front camera. Oh. Sorry, I don't know what this is. This is just the next video that played. All right, one more funny video, and then we'll go on to rapid fire news. For the new people here, the first hour or so, we do main story news. We do all the big stories of the week. Then we do memes. We do some funny reels. Then we do rapid fire news, which is just small headlines. I don't really go deep into the stories. We just read some interesting headlines. Sometimes funny, sometimes not. That's usually when we do our Israel and Ukraine updates occasionally. Things like that in rapid fire. And then the last hour of the show is a wild card. We do different things every week. Sometimes it's Bible thumping. Sometimes we're talking about conspiracy theories. Today we're talking about YouTube drama. Base New Zealand. That's actually kind of true. All right. What's up, SE Wolverines? Long time no see, buddy. All right. This is pretty funny. This kid is going places. He's doing the trolley problem to this child. This child is based. This child knows the perfect answer to the trolley problem. You ready?
Uh-oh, Nicholas. This train is going to crash into these 5 people. Should we move the train to go this way, or should we let it go that way? Which way should the train go?
There's 1 person on the tracks here and 5 people on the tracks here. He moves the 1 person to the side with 5 people. This way. And then he smashes all of them.
Uh-oh, Nicholas.
One more time.
This train is going to crash into these 5 people. Should we move the train to go this way, or should we let it go that way? Which way should the train go?
Base Nicholas. Saint Nicholas. Might as well call him Santa Claus. This way. Boom! Thomas the Tank Engine. Uh-oh. Nicholas is awesome. I like Nicholas. I could definitely get along with that kid. All right. All right. Rapid fire news. We got some weird ones. We got some weird ones today. 3 of them from Fox 13 Tampa Bay. Because they're always giving me interesting stuff on my feed. Should we watch this video? Hold on. There's going to be an ad. Let's let the ad play. Guys, this story. We've done stories like this before. Hold on. There's an ad playing. I want to open it after the ad plays. Get ready. Get ready.
Well, how about this, Mattel taking another step to expand.
Get ready for blind and Down syndrome Barbie. Black Down syndrome Barbie and blind Barbie. I said in the comments of this video, somebody needs to inform Mattel that every Barbie doll ever made was blind. Let's go.
And its Barbie brand by releasing more diverse dolls to its Barbie Fashionistas line. So Mattel says that the new dolls known
She's got a... How come Down syndrome Black Barbie looks like normal Black Barbie. And blind Barbie looks like normal Barbie, except she has a stick.
Known as Blind Barbie and the Black Barbie doll with Down syndrome.
Oh
they were each developed with the assistance of the American Foundation for the Blind and the National Down Syndrome Society. Each doll retails for just under $11. Mattel says the inclusive range of dolls are designed to reflect the world kids see today.
I guess she's Down syndrome because she's like kind of misshapen. Her head is a little wider. Notice how her arms are a little chunkier. How do you do? Oh my God. It's so, this is, this is so messed up. But if you take the glasses and the stick, it's just a regular Barbie for the blind one. As far as the Down syndrome one, this is horrible. Like, this is evil. Put Stevie Wonder shades on the blind Barbie. She has glasses on her head. But this is ridiculous.
You have to see it, you know?
That's right.
You have to see it? She's blind. She can't fucking see. Thanks a lot, news reporter.
Presentation matters.
Yeah,
Sure. It does.
It really does. It really, really does.
Builds us empathy and compassion and all the things.
They have
Fills us with empathy and compassion. All the things. Bro, the reporters are like, what the hell is this? Fills us with empathy and compassion and all the things. She said, they said blind Barbie doll. She said, you have to see it. Oh my God. What is wrong with the world? What is going on in the world? I didn't see the glasses, baby. I'm blind. Blind kids can't even see the blind Barbie. And the blind Barbie can't see them. Just get them a regular Barbie from Goodwill. And the crazy thing is they're both going to be nudists very quickly. If you've ever seen a little girl Barbie collection, none of them have clothes. I remember I used to have a babysitter named Miss Belinda. She was from England. And she was my after-school babysitter. And she had 2 daughters. And we used to watch PBS every day after school. And none of the Barbie dolls had clothes. They're all naked. They're all nudist. They need to come out with nudist Barbie that's just a regular Barbie without clothes. Just go to get Goodwill and get your blind kid a regular Barbie and tell him it's blind Barbie. Plus, all the Barbies are blind. They don't have real eyeballs. They can't see. This is ridiculous. Okay. 4 teenagers struck by lightning while under a tree in downtown St. Pete, Florida, which is close to Tampa, which is where I'm from. 4 teenagers recovering.
We've got 4 teenagers recovering after they were standing underneath a banyan tree during a storm in St.
Oh, I haven't even watched this video. I read the story. One of the girls is in critical condition, but
St. Pete last.
They're from Florida. You know, Tampa Bay is the lightning capital of the world. That's why the hockey team is the Tampa Bay Lightning. More lightning strikes there than anywhere else. And St. Pete is right across the bay from Tampa, so it's really close. Every Floridian knows if there's a lightning storm, you don't go under a tree. You know, that's a bad idea.
Night downtown St. Pete when it was struck by lightning. Let's bring in Fox 13's Kaylee Tracy, who's there at the scene. Kaylee,
remember we were just talking about this last week? We said that men get struck by lightning more than women. Well, this may skew the statistics because I think like 3 of them were women.
How are they doing tonight?
Well, Mark, the father of the teen in the most serious condition after that lightning strike here last night. He tells me his daughter.
What is this cameraman doing?
Is on a respirator.
Oh, he's panning
and
to the
she's
tree.
in critical condition. She was in cardiac arrest.
The tree looks fine.
For 15 minutes. St. Pete Fire Rescue tells us the other teens are in stable condition.
To the tree, it was barely an inconvenience.
There's a big crash and a big boom.
Around 5:45 Thursday.
They look like they're all standing up and okay. I think just one girl was seriously injured. So you also don't want to be in an open area and be the tallest thing in the area, but you also don't want to be under a tree.
Night.
And then all of a sudden, ambulance started showing up and police and fire truck.
St. Pete Fire Rescue says lightning hit this banyan tree in downtown St. Pete.
Any strike in the general...
This reporter, I don't like her voice. Hit this banyan tree in downtown St. Pete. What up, William Gramer? That's what I was worried about, Josh. Back when I was a kid, they were talking about making anatomically correct Barbie and Ken, but parents said no. Oh, you mean like instead of both of them having the same lower torso groin piece, they wanted to add boys have a penis, girls have a vagina. Are you serious? Wow. I'm surprised. Well, it makes sense that Ken doesn't have a wiener, considering the current day and age. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying.
Beta!
Next. I mean, keep playing.
Area, along with the rain and the ground being wet, can create an issue.
4 teens were standing underneath the tree, taking cover from the rain. The father of the 16-year-old in the most serious condition says she's in critical condition. St. Pete Fire Rescue says...
So, I'm not trying to make fun of her. That's sad. This is sad. It's just a crazy story. 4 struck. But the tree actually probably deflected some of the damage. It wasn't a direct strike on anybody.
Some of the teens have slight burns, and the others are in stable condition. Just 2 miles away, lightning struck the Mary Jean Hotel on Central Avenue twice Wednesday, according to the staff. Thankfully, no one was hurt.
Yeah, God's not playing anymore. He's done.
The building is close to a century old, and the strike
caused... Oh my God. Do you see this? Lightning struck a building with a rainbow sign that says the Raging Cock. The Raging Cock rainbow poster. Building gets struck by lightning. Huh.
Chunks of concrete to rain down on the sidewalk and the cabanas below.
Obviously, we live in Florida. We're very well aware of how fast these storms approach and how quick they can come up on us. But take the threat seriously, because people are struck by lightning.
Damn!
And earlier this week, this camera capturing this strike.
Holy!
How fast it took to travel.
But look, the tree's fine. Tree made it. God made strong trees.
Down a tree in Valrico. St. Pete Fire Rescue says when a storm's approaching, get inside.
Lightning doesn't care. It takes the path of least resistance and usually strikes the highest point. The storms that we see every day, you don't realize it. People are going to go to their mailbox, people that are at sporting events, and these things come up. So you have to take that threat seriously.
And 16-year-old Ashley, who we spoke to her father earlier today, the one in the most serious condition. She is an incoming junior at Hollins High School. We're certainly hoping for the best for her and those other 3 teens, as well as their families tonight. Back to you.
All right, Kaylee, thanks very much.
Thank you, Kaylee. I think I would be a better reporter than you, but thank you, Kaylee. Thank you, Kaylee. Can you give us a little bit of emotion next time? Please, can you smile? Smile, please. Kaylee, please. Ooh, dying lightning. Okay. All right. But, we wish Ashley well. We hope everything's okay with this. This one doesn't have a video, and I haven't read it. It just looked like an interesting headline. Dark oxygen. This is from Fox 13 also. Dark oxygen discovered deep in the Pacific Ocean questions the origins of life on Earth. A discovery from the complete darkness of the Pacific Ocean seafloor is testing the scientific consensus on how oxygen is made and has even called into question the origins of life on Earth, a new study says. Until now, scientists thought oxygen was only made using energy from sunlight. The discovery of dark oxygen being made at more than 13,000 feet below the ocean's surface challenges that theory, according to a news release from the Scottish Association for Marine Sciences. For aerobic life to begin on the planet, there had to be oxygen, and our understanding has been that Earth's oxygen supply began with photosynthetic organisms. But we now know that there is oxygen produced in the deep sea. It's probably the freaking Leviathan down there snoring. You need to get away. You need to stop messing with that. That's the dang tunnels to Agartha opening up. I told you guys, the tunnels are opening. The demons, the vampires, the unicorns, the dragons, all the mythological beasts, the Leviathan, all of them. They've been sealed up in Sheol, in the hollow earth. They're guarding Sheol, and when the tunnels open up, it's going to be a problem. A team led by Andrew first observed the dark oxygen while doing field work on a ship. Published their findings in the week. Scientists were studying the seafloor in the Clarion-Clipperton zone of the Pacific to assess the possible impacts of deep-sea mining or extracting minerals like manganese, nickel, and cobalt used to produce lithium-ion batteries. Oh my gosh, they're trying to mine rare earth at the bottom of the ocean. You do not play in the depths. It's in Amos. It says, if man tries to go too high, God will pull him down to the earth. If man tries to go too deep, he will pull him down to hell. That's in the Bible. That's paraphrased, but it's in there. I swear yes, Leviathan is snoring. He's taking a nap. They're about to wake him up trying to get some electric car batteries. This is ridiculous. One of the most exciting findings in ocean science in recent times. Process requires us to rethink how the evolution of complex life on the planet might have originated. The conventional view is that oxygen was first produced around 3 billion years ago. That's bullcrap. By ancient microbes called cyanobacteria. And there was a gradual development of complex life thereafter. The potential that there was an alternative source requires us to have a radical rethink. The discovery could also change how deep-sea nodules are mined for metals. Through this discovery, we have generated many unanswered questions, and I think we have a lot to think about in terms of how we mine these nodules, which are effectively batteries in a rock. You guys need to stop playing with that. You need to stop playing with that. You're about to open up the dang tunnels, and the monsters are going to come out. These guys don't know what they're getting involved in. It's in the Bible. Stop playing with the depths. You don't play in the depths. You don't try to go to space. You get brought down to the earth. You get crushed down to the earth. You don't go into the depths or God pulls you down to Sheol. Not a good idea. Next, from CNN. Sharks in Brazil test positive for cocaine. You've heard of Cocaine Bear. Get ready for the next hit Hollywood movie, Cocaine Shark. Bruh. Cocaine Shark. Oh no. Jaws. Could you imagine Jaws been snorting cocaine? And they got big old noses. Look at these nostrils. These sharks out here snorting cocaine. Some damn Colombian crashed their boat filled with cocaine. And now all the sharks are freaking high as a kite. Cocaine shark, yes. Sharks living off the coast of Brazil have tested positive for cocaine. According to new research, the first time that the drug has been detected in free-ranging sharks. Scientists tested 13 Brazilian sharp nose. Sharp nose? If you had a sharp nose, you'd probably be snorting cocaine in Brazil also. In the waters off the city of Rio de Janeiro are found cocaine present in both the liver and muscle tissue of all 13 specimens. According to a paper by researchers at the Oswald Cruz Foundation in Brazil, sent to CNN on Tuesday, the species was chosen due to its small size and the fact that it lives in small areas of coastal waters where it is exposed to significant contaminant discharges for its entire life cycle, according to the study. Cocaine levels were around 3 times higher in muscle tissue than liver tissue, according to the study, while female sharks had higher cocaine concentrations in muscle tissues compared to males. Damn. You damn women sharks snorting up all the coke. Cocaine pollutes the sea due to sewage discharges from humans who use the drugs. What? Wait a second. So people in Brazil are doing so much cocaine that when they go to the bathroom, the sewage pollutes the ocean with cocaine, and the sharks are snorting it up. Cocaine consumption has risen massively around the world in recent decades, according to the study. Around 22% of users live in South America, the paper added. Brazil is the second largest consumer market in the region. Increased consumption and poor sewage treatment infrastructure has made for increased cocaine levels in the sea. What? This is crazy. And also, if anybody makes a damn cocaine shark movie, I'd copyright this. I thought of it first. Sequel to Cocaine Bear, Cocaine Shark. And these are just little sharks. They were just testing little sharks because they're small. Imagine the damn great white. The great white, now we know why they call it a great white. That white powder, great white powder snorter. A damn Jaws on coke. You thought Jaws was bad. Wait till you meet Jaws on cocaine. They have memes about people finding drugs washed up. Damn, cocaine shark. All right, last rapid fire story from Forbes. Little financial stuff for you. I don't understand this. U.S. dollar destruction. Tesla billionaire Elon Musk issues $35 trillion bankrupt warning as traders bet on a Donald Trump Bitcoin price boom. Bitcoin has lost some of its momentum this week after surging higher on news former President Donald Trump could be about to drop a Bitcoin bombshell. The Bitcoin price has dropped back away from the closely watched 70,000 per Bitcoin level, despite billionaire investor Mark Cuban issuing a crazy Bitcoin price prediction. Now, after Treasury Secretary Janet Yellen admitted her fears of the future of the U.S. dollar, Tesla billionaire Elon Musk has warned the U.S. dollar is heading for destruction, and the spiraling $35 trillion debt pile could bankrupt the U.S. Something some analysts think could push the Bitcoin price higher. How does that make sense? So if the dollar collapses, Bitcoin price is going to go up? How does that make sense? I don't know. I'm not a financial advisor, but maybe it's time to buy some Bitcoin. If you're smart, you bought it when it was at like 16K a couple years ago or a year or two ago. Unfortunately, I bought it when it was at 70K, and then I sold it like an idiot, and then a week later it jumped back up. Lost a lot of money on that. I don't like playing the stocks. I'm not lucky like that, and I don't know enough about it. So, but you know, just throwing that out there. Just reading this from Forbes. I'm not a financial advisor. I'm a brokey. Analysts are dirty. Yeah, you're probably right. Josh, they came out with Cocaine Shark movie 2023. It says it's on Tubi. Damn it. Well, they were ahead of their time. I wonder if they had some insider information about the cocaine sharks. Huh. But that's it for the rapid fire news. Let's get into the last segment of the show. Weird, crazy YouTuber drama. Weird, crazy YouTuber drama. This is not a drama channel, but occasionally, if there's some big YouTube stories, we'll cover it. And we got some interesting ones this week. We're going to be watching a lot of videos here. We're going to be talking about two crazy YouTube dramas. So we're going to start with the more egregious, the more nasty story of this weirdo. This weirdo right here, though. Kris Tyson. Kris Tyson, now, formerly Kris Tyson, now Ava Kris Tyson. You remember, I think we covered this when Kris started coming out as a transformer, more than meets the eye. And Mr. Beast was kind of slowly phasing him out of the videos into the background. They didn't show Kris as much because Kris was basically turning into a fake woman. Yeah, we covered Crowder. We covered Crowder when that happened. That's not what we got today, though. Get this out of here. Get this Chris Brown crap out of here. The inside story of the grooming allegations against Ava Kris Tyson. So, updates on the transgender transformation of Kris Tyson into Ava Kris Tyson, who is now officially out of Mr. Beast. Mr. Beast, due to these allegations, has gotten rid of them. These are allegations, but there's a lot of proof. A lot of YouTubers have covered this a lot more than I am about to. Oh, they're not going to let me read the full story. Why do they do that? When I go to the page for the first time, they let me read the full story. And then when I save it and open it up in the show, they hide the story from me. The inside story of grooming allegations against Ava Kris Tyson, the former Mr. Beast associate, has been accused of sending inappropriate messages to a minor. But according to the individual and those who worked with him, nothing untoward happened. So they say nothing was done, but the messages are kind of gross, and it's with a 14-year-old. So there's lots of allegations coming out. Let's look at Delaware Online, see if they'll let me read this story. Wait, what just happened? Hold on a second. Mr. Beast burgers on Delaware menus. So he got his burgers in some restaurants. That's unimportant. As YouTube co-host leaves over grooming allegations. So Kris left over grooming allegations. Mr. Beast, the most subscribed YouTube channel in the world, is losing its co-host Ava Kris Tyson after Tyson announced he'll permanently step away amid allegations he was grooming a child. Shocker. Shocker. Who could have guessed that these people groom children? Huh. Mr. Beast, the global YouTube superstar known as Jimmy Mr. Beast Donaldson, a longtime friend of Tyson, sells Mr. Beast burgers at several locations in Delaware. Who cares? Tyson, who has denied the allegations, has his own special burger on the menu. What's it called? The Little Boy Blue Burger? Blue the Little Boy Burger? Tyson issued an apology on X surrounding the controversy that's erupting over social media. I'd like to apologize for any of my past behavior or comments if it hurt or offended anyone. It was not my intent. Seeing recent events, we've mutually decided it's best I permanently step away from all things Mr. Beast and social media to focus on my family, little boys, and mental health. Yeah, you need to focus on your mental health. Here they are at the Nickelodeon Kids' Choice Awards. And I've been going down a rabbit hole last night about how the majority of Mr. Beast videos are fake. He scams people. He's done fake lotteries. The people who win are all people he knows or people who live locally. He only brings people into the video who are already camera trained or already well-known YouTubers. He did a contest with his Mr. Beast Feastable bars where there was like a golden wrapper and you could win $1 million. And the winner of the ticket had 700,000 subscribers on YouTube and won it while doing a live taste test of the Mr. Beast bar. So this YouTuber who does reviews of food and candy is doing a review of the bar, opens the bar, gets the golden ticket, wins $1 million. What are the odds? What are the odds? And also, Mr. Beast talks about health and about how candy and things like this, the food we eat, is bad for us. Meanwhile, he had a Zaxby's burger deal, which was a 2,000 calorie meal if you get a soda with it. He's got burgers that are fatty and unhealthy. His candy bars are filled with the same garbage as all the other candy bars. His videos are a scam. They're all fake. They're all planned. He doesn't actually pick random people for his contests. He does what should be illegal lotteries during his streams, and then people don't actually get the prizes. He says if you buy merch, we're going to throw in $100 worth of prizing, and then the kids get their parents to buy the merch. And I think I used to think I liked Mr. Beast. He seemed like a genuine person, but after a lot of this stuff that's been coming out recently, I think he's a scumbag. Let's watch this video from Geeks and Gamers. We're going to play it at 1.5 speed. It's 15 minutes. We may not watch the whole thing. We'll play at 1.25.
Well, we have a massive story breaking right now as we speak, and I'm going to go over what has been released up to this point, and there's a lot more to go over, and I'm going to have to dance around a lot of words because the last video I made on the Kris Tyson story, I got age restricted, and I'm not the only one. Right here you see drama alerts says YouTube is allegedly censoring the Mr. Beast Kris Tyson situation. I can confirm that that's exactly what happened with me because I posted this right here. My video had 82,000 views in like 10 hours. It was flying. And then I got age restricted. The video, I don't think, is going to pass 90,000 views total. So it's not even going to get another 5,000 or 6,000 views after I was age restricted. And it's not just me. So many other creators have been hit on this because I guess this is not a topic that YouTube wants people talking about, even though when I...
Right. This stream today is probably going to get banned because of the Olympic coverage and because of this coverage right here, by the way.
Talked about Dr. Disrespect, and I used the same exact language talking about that story with hundreds of thousands of views. Nothing happened, no demonetization, no age restriction, or anything like that. But currently, we have Kris Tyson's Discord leak reveal is going on right now, and it is really bad. Here is Matt.
You do food reviews, and you have 430K subscribers, but never got offered such a good deal. How come you don't have the, what's it called? How come you don't have the thing on your name? Once you get 100,000 subscribers, you get the different colored name, and you get the little certified symbol. How come they didn't give you that?
Adam Savvy, who has a great thread on it, and she is actively going through it right now. 632,000 and growing.
Maybe you have to like apply for it or something.
People are watching the Drama Alert live stream of Kris Tyson.
632K and growing. People are watching the Drama Alert live stream. Kris Tyson's Discord leak revealed. He has posted his nudes to a server where he said, I am the oldest one here at 21. He knew everyone's age and he posts himself naked to children. Where is the outrage from people bashing Dr. Disrespect? Where is that same energy? Because this man is a monster as well.
Tyson's Discord leak reveal. He has posted his you-know-whats
you're in Colombia.
In a server where he said, I am the
Colombiano.
oldest one here at 21. He knew everyone's ages, and he posted himself. You see it right there. Where is the outrage from people bashing Dr. Disrespect?
Colombiano.
Where is the same energy? Because
Nice.
this man is a monster as well. You know where that energy is. Nowhere to be found. They'll pretend that they care. They'll pretend that this is an outrage to them. But
Right. Well, you don't live close enough to Mr. Beast. You have to live in North Carolina to get any of that $1 million candy bar deal.
you saw the energy for Dr. Disrespect and the hatred that they gave Dr. Disrespect versus how they wanted to tiptoe around this. And of course, again, like I said, I made many videos on Dr. Disrespect, used the same exact language, no demonetization. But this is YouTube's golden boy. Right here. I mean, this is gonna be more of a visual approach to a lot of the stuff that I'm showing you and the things that are being said, because the more language that I use, the worse it is for the video. Savvy says, notable chats I have found. Implication of Mr. Beast having his own channel within the Discord. Implication he hung out within the voice chat. And as you see, people are tagging him, asking him, like, is he here? Is he here? Hey, Mr. Beast, come on in and talk to us.
The great
again, implications, nothing to say that he was actually there or...
Melandro Magno means the great thug. Nice. I did not get a golden ticket either.
Witnessed any of this, but... Come on, man. And a lot of this comes back to the fact that Mr. Beast has not been directly accused of anything. It's his friend Kris Tyson that's being accused. The problem is...
Yeah, but he was defending him. Everybody was saying, get that freaking person out of your videos. Kids don't... Stop pushing this crap on kids. Just the fact that a guy who had a wife and a child who left his family to become a woman, stop promoting this crap to kids. And we've been saying they're groomers. They're going after the children because they can't have children of their own. So they want to destroy the children that are here, and they want to stop straight people from making kids. It's eugenics. It's just evil. It's pure evil. Every aspect of it is evil. And everybody was saying, get that freaking crap out of the kids. Stop pushing that stuff on the kids. Get it away from the kids. And sure enough, another one of these degenerates is a freaking child groomer. It's sick.
Is that whenever people criticized Kris Tyson, Mr. Beast in a tweet that
I'm
had like
sure,
millions and millions of views, Mr. Beast said anyone criticizing Kris Tyson is just a transphobe. That's
Shut
what Mr.
up.
Beast said. He dismissed it.
Yeah, he's trash. He's trash. I think I'm subscribed to Mr. Beast. Let me see. Let me see if I'm subscribed to Mr. Beast. I'm going to unsubscribe right now. Let me see. Let me see. I am subscribed. Check this out, guys. You ready for this? Subscribed. Unsubscribe. 307 million. I thought he was at 1 billion subscribers. No, nobody's at 1 billion. 307 million. I remember when PewDiePie broke 100 million. That was a big deal. 307 million subscribers. Everybody go unsubscribe from Mr. Beast. I try not to cuss a whole lot, but I'm going to say, fuck you, Jimmy. She made 2 videos. It's crazy. Have you seen the accusation of Rosanna Pansino yesterday and the day before? She made 2 videos. No, I don't know who that is. Who's that?
Any criticism of Kris Tyson. And that's where the problem lies, is that when people have problems, guess what? It's the internet, and people are going to voice their opinions. And everybody is going to get criticism on the internet. Everyone. I'm going to get it. You're going to get it. Everybody's going to get it. So you let the criticism go. But when you want to sit...
Who, Mr. Beast? Apparently people are dying on his new gig with Amazon Prime. I don't know. I haven't heard anything about that.
There and get so defensive over criticism that you're going to label literally everyone that's saying this is just transphobes. Well, guess what? People are going to get pissed off about that, and they're going to go, hold up.
We
have serious problems with this situation because you have a channel that is specifically...
So the reason I'm playing his video, Geeks and Gamers video, is because I didn't have time to do all this research and find all this stuff. And I'm really not following this situation, so I'm just going to let him talk about it. You can go check out his channel, Geeks and Gamers.
Specifically targeting children. And now you have a person on your team that's prominent in your videos that has built his following, and now because you have targeted your entire brand around children, you have hundreds of millions of subscribers, you have a responsibility to not put people with mental illnesses in front of children. But Mr. Beast decided, no, you're all transphobes. Leave my friend alone. And now, look what's going on. Again, it doesn't mean Mr. Beast is guilty of anything per se outside of being a bad leader. But I think that the questions...
And a douchebag.
...surrounding Mr. Beast now are fair and valid to go like, wait a minute. You took up for this dude, and it's clear that this guy is an absolute creep.
And apparently, he's like one of the most... He's one of the biggest philanthropists. He has a whole channel called Mr. Beast Philanthropy where he like goes and digs wells in Africa. Wonder what else. I wonder what Kris is doing when he goes and visits the starving pygmy children in Africa.
Beyond belief. So what did you know? And now you have former people from his team that are saying that he knew. So this is a tidal wave of controversy, and I don't know how this is going to play out. I have no idea.
About how Mr. Beast
Savvy says confirming he was there and him
Yeah, I'll have to check it out. I'll have to check it out.
Discord, y'all really need to change your app to 18+. This is actually insane. Every single application should be 18+ or 20+ at this point. Predators go to where it's easiest to gain access. Advertising apps as 12 to 13+ that have peer-to-peer conversation is wrong. So very, very wrong. I'm not the most versed in Discord. We have a Discord, and a lot of people get mad because we have rules within our Discord. My response to that is get mad. We're here to make sure that we don't have any bullshit going on, and yeah, we have to have rules and we have to have standards in order to keep the peace and not let shit like this happen. So if you're gonna piss off a few people along the way in order to avoid having creeps like this in your Discord or your community, then so be it. That's explanation. They're talking to Kris. Kris responds, well, I'm getting married in 9 months.
Why did you move out of Mr. Beast's house? Please tell me. I need an explanation. Getting married in 9 months. Wanted to start saving money. My fiance moved across town. I wanted to be closer to her.
So I wanted to start saving money. My fiance, all good here. Mr. Beast is being tagged. This is the video, or remember that he made the comments about the Cash Me Outside girl. And then right here.
I love Danielle Bergoli.
Let's see. Remember Mr. Beast. No, I don't know his.
Ew, this is gross.
And I know his what size, and it's huge. Is Mr. Beast saying that? That's actually from.
Is Mr. Beast saying his penis is huge? Somebody says, Beast, are you gay? That moment you drop, deep throat a hole. This is gross. I love your penis. Wow, this is gross.
Mr. Beast? So, like, these are direct conversations. Like, memeing on stuff and all of that's one thing, but, like, if you're actively saying, like, you're the oldest person in this thing and you're having, like, direct conversations like that.
With children.
And now it's being, again, memes are one thing. And talking shit is just talking shit. That's part of the internet, and I totally have no problem with that. But when you're talking shit and now you've got all of these accusations and all of these issues, and you have Kris Tyson transitioning and posting pictures of his own child in high heels, and you have all of these things going on, people that knew him, people that were involved with the Mr. Beast team are now bringing this stuff up. This is really, really bad. This is really bad. Holy crap. And it's only getting worse. If Mr. Beast never said he wanted to run for president, I seriously doubt any of this comes out. That's actually an interesting take, and I think I made a joke about that where I said
he said he wanted to run for president.
The idea of wanting to run for president, and it only took a few months to have all of this controversy happen. You could never handle running for president, clearly.
Right. They said these are more receipts than we got for Dr. Disrespect, and they jumped all over Dr. Disrespect. But Mr. Beast is so big, a lot of people don't want to call him out. This is crazy. This is gross.
If information becomes available, we deal with that. But we aren't in the catering to kids business either. When you are catering to children primarily.
He built 100 houses in Colombia. Yeah. Was he doing cocaine with the sharks while he was there? Was Kris there?
And that's all Mr. Beast has ever focused on is children-friendly content, at least since he's become a big deal. That puts you in a whole different ballgame. Now, I don't know what's going to happen. We're going to have another adpocalypse over this. I have no idea. That's going to be really bad for YouTubers. If this happens, we're talking about the king of YouTube. And he's the king of YouTube because YouTube wanted him to be the king of YouTube. They 1,000% wanted him to be the king. Because they certainly didn't want PewDiePie to be the king. And PewDiePie is and always will be the GOAT of YouTube. This year, we are
PewDiePie
seeing
is
so
way
many
better
people
than Mr.
crash and burn on social media, on YouTube, streaming, and all of that. My advice to everybody is to be honest and don't apologize for your honesty. But if you're going to ride the fence, if you're going to try to play the, I don't want to get involved, I don't want to have a take, I don't want to have a stance, you're going to get crushed eventually. I don't care what I'm called online. I don't give a shit what these blue-haired weirdos call me. I don't care what I'm labeled. I don't give a shit. I have my opinions, and I'm not apologizing for my opinions. Will not do it. Will not apologize for being a Trump supporter. Will not apologize. That doesn't mean Geeks and Gamers is a Trump supporter, because Geeks and Gamers as a company has no opinion whatsoever, but the individuals that are part of Geeks and Gamers can have whatever opinion they want. And I can damn sure have my opinion, and I'll never apologize for it. But the fence right...
Base. Okay. That's freaking weird. So when you go to YouTube and you type in Kris Tyson drama, there's lots of videos about it. Wow. Mr. Beast situation just got worse. Lots of people are talking about it. I'm not going to watch any more of these videos. 500,000 messages leaked. how Kris Tyson ruined Mr. Beast's legacy. Oh my God. Most critical destroyed an embarrassing debate with Sneeko. Oh, that's different. That was I didn't watch that, but anyway. So lots of mess there. Lots of mess there. This is gross. I don't want to spend too much time talking about it. But especially with kids in the chat room. Yeah. Well, it's the majority of his audience is kids, so this is just gross. It's horrible.
My name's Aaron Kyro.
So that's that. We need to speed up. I need to get done by 10 o'clock. Now, something I'm a little more interested in because it's less degenerate. I like skateboarding. I like YouTube stuff. You know, I like YouTube. I like skateboarding. And I'm interested in theology. We talk about a lot of religion here. You see the sign says Jesus is my savior. We do Bible studies sometimes. Look at different religions. Long time ago, I did an episode where we broke down Scientology. And we talked about Zunu, whatever the heck his name is, and Going Clear, and all the different stuff relating to Scientology. We did a Scientology deep dive, right? L. Ron Hubbard, Dianetics, all that stuff. We covered all that stuff. So this story piqued my interest because it involves large YouTube channel, skateboarding, and Scientology. What do all those three things have in common? Braille skateboarding. Braille skateboarding is a YouTube channel with 5.8 million subscribers. I've been subscribed to them probably for 12 years. For 20 years, Aaron Kyro has been making YouTube videos. He did a daily video for pretty much 10 years. Almost 20 years. In 20 years, he's done a video almost every day. There were times in the beginning where he would, maybe it would be weekly, or there was slow times where it'd be like one video in a month. But for the last 10 years, he's been putting out a skateboarding video every day. And that's commitment. That's dedication. That's how you get 5 million subscribers. You grind like that for 20 years and you're making halfway decent content, you can be successful. So anyway, started as a small skateboarding channel, teaching kids how to do tricks, teach you how to do a kickflip, and then eventually they built a team and they built a pro company basically for making pro boards. They started making boards, merch, things like that. They bought a warehouse. They built a skate park in the warehouse. They started teaching kids to skate at the skate park, all these things. And the channel's been growing. Eventually they started doing skateboarding weird skateboards. Like they skateboarded on an all glass skateboard. They did You Make It, We Skate It, where people would make, like, somebody made a Lego skateboard where the whole thing was made out of Legos. And then they would try to do a kickflip on it, try to drop in with it, skate the weird boards that people made, right? Well, for the past year, people have been talking about this. Something's been fishy at Braille. All the team members have been slowly dropping off. So Fetty dropped off first. Allegedly, there's a story kind of like the Kris Tyson story that involves Fetty. I don't want to talk about that because I don't know how true it is. But apparently Fetty left because he got caught messaging some younger people, kind of like the Kris Tyson story. But I don't know if that's true. That's alleged. But then after that, other people started dropping off. Glowboarder drops off. Uzi drops off. And just recently, Gabe Cruz has left. Ricky Glacier's left. Everybody, the whole team has just been slowly leaving Braille. And then we find out that Aaron Kyro is blocking his friends, these people who helped him build his channel, build his company. He's blocking them on Twitter and Facebook. And then rumors start coming out involving Scientology. And recently, Aaron Kyro was promoted to the head of daytime administration for San Francisco of Scientology, which means he is the highest position person in all of the Scientology movement in San Francisco. He's the leader of Scientology in San Francisco, which he denied in an interview, which I'm going to show you here in a little bit. And then he says he can't afford to run the skate park anymore. And he told his friends, he said, we're going to close it in a month, but it's going to be closing soon. And then all of a sudden one day, without telling any of his team, they rip everything out of the Braille House. And none of the skaters get to say goodbye. None of them get to have a last session in the skate park. And the warehouse is closed now. He says he can't afford to keep paying the crazy rent, even though he has a YouTube channel with 5.8 million subscribers, which is child-friendly, which he's pulling in tons of money off of. But then you find out that he's the leader in San Francisco of Scientology. The only way anybody gets to the level that he's at of Scientology, the way you move up through the ranks in Scientology is by donating money. You pay money for courses. You're donating your money to Scientology to take these courses to move through the ranks. And I have a video from a channel called Growing Up in Scientology where this guy talks about it. He says the level that Aaron Kyro's at, he had to have donated at least $1 million to Scientology. So maybe that's why you can't afford to run the Braille House anymore. But we're going to play some clips from the videos. Lots of videos here about this story. There's a rabbit hole you could go down with this, but this is where it starts. This video is called I Messed Up from Aaron Kyro. We're not going to watch the whole thing, but we'll skip through it. And I'll give you a little introduction to Aaron Kyro. I Messed Up. This is from 9 days ago. So the story's been growing on for the last couple of weeks, and the drama's building up. I don't know, especially with the kids in the chat room, I don't know, but they say that Mr. Beast doesn't drink or do drugs. Who knows? The Last Supper at the Olympics. We talked about that earlier in the show. All right, so here's a little, we'll just watch this for a little bit.
Kyro, I'm a sponsored skateboarder from My name's Aaron Kyro. I'm a sponsored skateboarder from the San Francisco Bay Area, and I owe you an apology. So here's the deal. The Braille House was this stable point that we have had for a very, very long time. And now it's gone. So
yeah, you destroyed it with no notice to any of your friends. You didn't tell anybody. You just ripped everything out of it after telling them that it wasn't going to be destroyed for another month. And also, in this whole video, this is a 20-minute apology video. He says he couldn't afford it. He mentions his dad having cancer, all these things to pull on the heartstrings of people. But what he doesn't mention in this video at all is that he's donated $1 million to Scientology. And what's more important than this video is kind of lame. We're not going to watch all of it. We're just going to skip through it. What's more important to this than this video is the comment section. So if you look at this comment section here, let's just look at some of the comments. Aaron, no one is worried about the warehouse. They're worried about the crew you ghosted. Like if you unsubscribed from this channel. I just did. Scientology killed Braille. You suck, Kyro. Betrayal. Instead of Braille, this person said betrayal. The skate industry is so toxic. I wanted to make a positive team experience. Proceeds to block team riders for no reason. Well, there is a reason. The reason is they spoke out against Scientology, which means that they get labeled as, you know, you don't talk to these people. You burned every bridge possible. He is legit more upset about what he did to the building than what he did to all the people that made it what it was. Cults destroy relationships. Wow, this is the purest form of gaslighting. I'm glad you got caught. Stop gaslighting. These are my friends. Not anymore, bud. The audacity of pitting ads on this type of video shows what kind of mind this dude is. When Aaron named his channel, he didn't know that Braille would be referring to how blind he would be to his own toxicity. Your personal life is destroying your public legacy, This is precisely the problem. Dude created a brand about creating a positive community around skating and then betrayed that community. There is no more warehouse. My brother, there is no more team. Womp womp, you screwed the chew and who cared about it? Apology not accepted. Don't forget to unsub. Never been lied to for 19 minutes and 25 seconds straight before. You blocked your generals. You lost your war, Aaron. RIP Braille Army. Toxic is blocking your staff and is opposite of it. No comments here are positive. Like, you could just scroll and scroll and scroll and scroll. There is not a single positive comment here. Subscribed in 2016, unsubscribed in 2024. Blocking Ricky was the final straw for me, unsubbed. My guess is that Aaron doesn't see the crew as being Braille. He's Braille, and at some point he decided to assert that by pushing them out while acting like they were inconsequential. Bro, this is bad. So let's just listen to a little bit of this.
There's a lot of emotions. I've had some times to sit down and think about this myself, and think about what this all means, what it meant to me, what it meant to you guys. And
he basically just gaslights for 20 minutes.
And more various things.
Ad.
And we're back.
Sorry about the ad.
Been historically unwelcoming. It just has been. I don't know what else to say.
Oh, it's the skateboarding community's fault for being unwelcoming.
In Montana, there's such a small group of skaters, but even of the Braille House, I literally took out a loan on my house. It was a home equity line of credit, and I've just been paying the warehouse rent from that.
You donated $1 million to the Church of Scientology, bro.
But there is a point where that breaks and that no longer can work. And we've hit that point, and we had to do something. So you know what happened. I also do have many different parts of my life. I have a wife that I love, and I've been married to her for 14 years. I have 2 dogs. I have a mom and a dad. My dad
and you're the leader of Scientology in San Francisco, and you donated $1 million to them.
Just recently went through cancer. That was a very, very difficult thing. I thought we were gonna lose him. It was really rough on me. But I don't then make a video about my dad going through that, because
you are right now. You're literally doing that right now.
This is about skateboarding. So I'm not going to address every single thing that occurs in my personal life.
You just did.
Push them into the next level of whatever I think I could do to help them. And so, yeah, it's been many years, and I've taken each individual person that I've worked with, and I feel like I've done my best to help their career and help push them along. I made a bad decision. I got the letter from the lawyer, and I freaked out. I actually freaked out. I feel terrible because I didn't really think about.
Well, you couldn't go clear and not overreact? Haven't you been training for that? Haven't you been taking courses? Don't they train you in these things? A Temu ad just scared me.
I didn't think, oh, well, these guys put in all this work as well, and this really means a lot to them, and they should have the chance to come and get one last session at the park. They absolutely should have, and I'm sorry for that. And I'm sorry that you guys out there also did not have the opportunity. So I really wish that this would have gone in a different...
Okay, so this goes on like this for 20 minutes. No accountability. Now here's an old video. This is from 14 years ago of Aaron.
My name is Aaron, and I'm a skateboarder.
This is from the Church of Scientology YouTube channel, and I'm probably going to get a strike for this, for playing this, but we'll pause a lot.
Skateboarding is definitely difficult. It takes a lot of years and a lot of practice. And the thing that happened before Scientology and after was I was learning tricks a lot easier. Things were just coming to me a lot easier with less effort. Before, it was like a lot of strain and I don't know if I can do this. You know, as soon as you put that, I don't know if I can do.
And he went to Scientology, took some courses, and he learned to do skateboarding tricks easier. Wow. This video is from 14 years ago. This is also pre his channel blowing up. He had some viral videos early on. He was one of the earliest YouTubers. Before YouTubers got paid, he was one of the earliest channels. I think I've been subscribed to this channel for... Isn't there a way I can check how long I've been subscribed to it? I might have been subscribed to this channel for like 15 years. But I haven't unsubscribed yet. Like, I don't know if this is as bad as the Mr. Beast thing, but it's pretty bad.
Pretty much have ruined yourself right there. So if you're gonna say, I know I can do this trick and I'm gonna learn it, you can literally, you can learn.
He had some viral videos, like I was saying. Once he joined Scientology, the channel started skyrocketing. Interesting, huh?
Any trick that you want to know how to do, and as little time as you take to actually do it.
Another interesting fact is he's not actually a pro skater. Pro skaters don't really respect this guy. He's caught a lot of grief over the years, which is one of the reasons I liked him, because he's not a pro. He's good. He's very good. He's got some great parts in some videos. He's done some amazing tricks, but he's not a pro. He's not near the level of the pros. But he's got rich off of skateboarding, and he makes professional model boards, and kids buy them. This is another one of those channels that it's aimed at kids, young people who are trying to learn to skateboard. And he was making a lot of money off selling his products, and he markets himself as a professional skateboarder. But the pros are like, well, you're not a pro skater. You're not a pro. He says, well, I'm a professional and I'm a skateboarder. So that's why he says he's a professional skateboarder. But he's actually not a professional skateboarder. He's just a professional YouTuber and a marketer and a businessman. And he skateboards.
I can really do more of what I want to do instead of what people tell me I should do or what people tell me to think. I'm confident in who I am and where I'm going and who I want to be. My name is Aaron. I'm a skateboarder, and
he's got a big old nose. Just wanted to point that out.
I'm also a Scientologist.
Like that trick they just showed? What was that, a varial flip? Like, that's not that impressive. I could varial flip when I was skating a lot. Anyway, so that's the Scientology.org video. Now, this is the guy that, this is the best video. If you want to learn more about this, I'm not going to play this whole thing.
All right, I want to
Or no,
ask
no,
you.
not this one. The next one. In this video, they ask him straight up, are you the leader of Scientology in San Francisco? And he lies. But in Scientology, they have what's called, oh, I forget the words for it. This guy in this video here.
Hey, Ron. Yeah.
This is growing up in Scientology. Aaron Kyro lies about being Scientology leader in San Francisco. If you want to learn everything about this, this is the video to watch. This guy's video right here. He makes really good videos about Scientology. He was a Scientologist and he left the cult. Bet the Scientology was telling him what to do. Oh yeah. This guy explains that in this interview, actually we won't. This is Lamont Holt. He interviewed Aaron, and in this video, Aaron lies about being the leader of Scientology. We'll just play it from this video because he talks about it here. And he explains it better than I can.
A pro. The channel that published this interview is a gentleman by the name of Lamont Holt. And I mean, the only video I've seen of Lamont is the interview that he did with Aaron, and I'm not even sure that I watched the entire interview, but it's clear to me that Lamont is a figure in the skateboarding industry, or you know what I'm talking about, in the skateboarding world. And this video, this interview was brought to my attention by this comment on YouTube. This comment was on the video that I did about Aaron Kyro. And
he's going to explain that basically in Scientology, it's called like a hidden truth or something like that. You can basically lie to people by omission. You're allowed to lie, but you lie by not giving enough information, or kind of, there's two different types of things that aren't considered lies. This guy will explain it. I always thought Kyro was a goofball and Braille as a kid's channel, but I thought it was fun. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I agree completely.
And this person watched my video. He watched Aaron Kyro's video yesterday, and he came to school me and educate me that my video had been debunked. Man, this video just got totally debunked. Sad, really.
that people will just believe the rumor mill. Do you know what's even more sad? That people will comment on a video they didn't even watch. That's more sad. Okay. So I say to the gentleman, what got debunked, good sir? And he says, watch the video I linked, and that will answer your question. Aaron specified and made a point to do so, that he was not the leader of Scientology in anything. He clarified, and did so quite well, I might add, that he took a class that was offered by the Church of Scientology. That in no way whatsoever means that he leads anything. It does mean they helped him, and that's all it means. Well, thank you, good sir, for educating me on this new information. And I then responded by saying, you obviously didn't watch my video. Aaron Kyro is the executive director of the Church of Scientology in San Francisco.
Hey, if you're not playing...
Stupid ads. I do like MTG Arena, though. Play it on stream sometimes.
I'm going to take you through the portion of the interview where they discuss Scientology so you can see how he dodges.
And look how creepy he looks in this interview.
And no answers and gives acceptable truths and gives a bunch of misdirectors in the conversation. But before I do that, let me show you this. Who's that fine-looking gentleman? That would be Aaron Kyro, the new executive director, the brand new executive director.
If he says he's pro for his own board company, then he is. Yeah, he's a professional skateboarder, but he's not actually a pro skater. He's a professional in the skateboarding industry, but he's not a pro skater, as in skill wise.
Of the Church of Scientology of San Francisco Day, and this is was a photo that was published in a newsletter. Oh, what's this? Message from the executive directors. Executive directors, Day and Foundation, Aaron Kyro and Jim Fitzgerald. My goodness, it's almost as if I might know what I'm talking about in my video. Now, for those of you just joining, what is Day and Foundation? In many churches of Scientology or Scientology organizations, the organization is split up into a day shift and a nights and weekends shift, except they don't call them two separate shifts of a single organization. Scientology actually calls these two completely distinct, separate organizations with separate executive directors, separate executive councils, separate advisory councils, separate financial plans. So like Scientology would tell you they have two organizations in San Francisco. Never mind the fact that they all work out of the exact same building. It's a day shift and it's a nights and weekends shift. The day shift is always the bigger, busier org than the night shift. It might seem a little counterintuitive. You might be like, most people work day jobs and they probably do their Scientology nights and weekends. No, it turns out most people do their Scientology Monday through Friday, 9 to 6. What little few Scientologists there are left.
So the day shift is,
you have a city like San Francisco
higher. The day shift is higher up than the night shift. So if he's leader of the day shift, that means he's the leader of Scientology. He has more power than the night shift leader in San Francisco.
Foundation or Francisco or Foundation. Okay, being sent out by the Church of Scientology of San Francisco, announcing the new command team as being led by Aaron Kyro. Oh wait, I'll go back to this previous one. Having completed the most important training evolution in Scientology history, we are thrilled to be home to implement this training as full OEC and FEBC graduates. For the sake of this video, guys, I'm not even going to try to define some of these words. Sunday, February 25th, 2024 marked an indelible day in San Francisco org history. This was the day we celebrated the return of our team of 8.
Well, it defines it in the article. OEC is org executive course and FEBC is flag executive briefing course graduates. And he had to pay a lot of money to get to this point.
Fully trained org executive course and flag executive briefing course graduates, administrative, Aaron Kyro and Jim Fitzgerald. San Francisco is a world-class org and a world-class city. We could not be more proud to represent Scientology as the executive directors for the Church of Scientology San Francisco. Having now completed the most important.
Why is it trying to run ads every 5 seconds? What the heck? I'm stopping the ads for you guys.
Training as full OEC and FEBC graduates. Well, there you have it, folks. Okay, let's get into the fun part of this video. And let's see him very cleverly deny not only being the leader of Scientology in San Francisco, the guy doesn't even acknowledge that he's a staff member.
And this is the only part I'm going to play of this. I'm not going to play this full thing. It's a 45-minute video, but I'm going to show the interview segment here, and he's going to explain how Scientologists can lie to people.
I were a Scientology staff member in San Francisco, and I saw our celebrity executive director be asked about Scientology and not even admit that he's a staff member. I would find that to be incredibly demoralizing. I'm very surprised that Aaron Kyro did that in this interview. Okay, let me share this tab with you. And
right, because it's their job to sell Scientology. If they dodge it or they're ashamed of it, they actually get castrated in the community. Not literally castrated, but cut off from the community. I hope they don't actually castrate them, but because you're not allowed to be ashamed of Scientology. You're not allowed to even talk to people who would make you feel ashamed for supporting Scientology, which is why he was cutting off his friends.
Let me make sure the volume is on.
Oh, the skate monkeys.
Oh, Jesus. Okay.
That's gonna be some other shit.
Yeah. So I don't know. I guess I just kind of got used to another day. Just another day in the
about science type shit. 111. All right, I want to ask you about Scientology.
Yes.
So I saw this article. I'm sure you know it's going around. You became the leader. You look excited too. Of Scientology in San Francisco.
So I'm not the leader of Scientology. Let's just get that very clear. So
you see the way he dodged that question. He said, "You've become the leader of Scientology in San Francisco." And then he said, "I'm not the leader of Scientology." And that's not what the guy asked.
I am a Scientologist.
Okay, explain that.
Yes. So when I came here,
did you see that no answer? Guys, this is maybe a 5, 6, 7 minute segment. We are going to watch the whole thing.
Right.
He was
so he says what I just said.
San Francisco. He answered a different question than what was asked. All right, let's see it again.
I was a Scientologist, the leader.
You look excited too. Of Scientology in San Francisco.
Wait,
leader.
Wait.
I'm sure you know what's going around. You became the leader. You look excited too. Of Scientology in San Francisco.
So I'm not the leader of Scientology. Let's just get that very clear. So I am a Scientologist.
Okay, explain that.
Yes. So when I came here, I was really, really shy, very shy. I could not communicate, and I did a communications course, and it totally helped me.
You're not a
communicate.
pro
It helped
until
me
you
a lot.
actually compete
And from that point
professionally.
forward, I just had this ability to communicate. It helped me a lot. Like, so I'm not going to say, "Oh, well, that didn't work for me," or "Oh, somebody said something bad about that, so I'm just going to stop." Like, no way. Like, that really helped me. So I did that course, and it really did change my life.
Cool. In what ways besides that?
It was really that.
Oh, okay.
Like, it broke me out of my shell, and then I was able to communicate, and now I built an entire career on communicating.
All right. So for time, he just goes, this is a pretty cool video. If this is interesting to you, watch this growing up in Scientology video. He explains everything. He explains how Scientologists are able to lie to people as long as they do it sneakily enough, as long as they're sneaky enough when they do it. Now we're just going to go through a few of the reactions from team members, because every team member, Uzi, Gabe, Ricky Glacier, everybody has made a video about this.
What's up? Just letting you guys know.
This is Uzi. He was my favorite. I like Uzi. Now, he actually quit 4 months ago, before the Braille House shut down. And people were like, what is going on here? And he's nice. He's a nice guy.
I have officially quit Braille. I'm no longer working there. From now on, anything that any YouTube video I'm making is probably going to be on this channel. I feel like I should say some stuff about it, but I don't really know what. And there's so much stuff in my head that I don't know how to put this in a cohesive order. So this is probably going to be a messy video. I will say, working there was fun. Getting to skate with my friends was fun. Getting to skate in front of literally millions of people was amazing.
He's very nice about it, and he doesn't mention Scientology at all.
We can essentially like put the channel on our back and keep up the same output and everything. And when the incentives aren't focused on creating good videos, you know, like I said, there's only so long that we could do that. And I wouldn't even have talked about this stuff in this video if it weren't for people making videos about us that got hundreds of thousands of views, and then so many people out there now think that stuff. I was working there the whole time, so I never really had a chance to defend myself. I feel like this is like the first chance I have to defend myself.
So he was one of the first to go. That's Uzi. This is Ricky Glacier. He's probably the best skater that they had on their team. He is a pro skater, I believe. And they flew him out from Australia, and he's been going in on this. He's been doing streams, and he's the one that Aaron blocked on X and on Instagram, blocked him completely with no explanation because Ricky had some things to say about Scientology.
Really didn't want to make this video. I hate that this is the reality that we're
Actually, Nigel's my favorite, and I don't think I have Nigel's video saved, but Nigel calls it out too.
living in right now. I truly wish that this title was some kind of sick joke, was some kind of punked, was some kind of clickbait even. I wish, but unfortunately, this is the reality that we are in right now, and I'm gonna try my best to articulate my thoughts. I'm literally in a stupid Roman airport right now, sitting at this piano. Person.
Damn it, ads! Hold on. What is that?
Nothing dims my light.
What is there another ad for?
The chain of events, so we have a little bit of a fresher understanding in our mind. Most recently, allegedly, I guess, Aaron Kyro got a promotion at the San Francisco Scientology org. I believe his new title is Executive Director of Daytime Operations. I think what that means is he's the highest ranking Scientologist in the whole San Francisco organization. Not that that really matters, but that's my understanding. After that a little bit, Gabe Cruz ended up quitting. The schedule of Braille filming changed from multiple times per week to 1 day per week. And Aaron and I had this conversation, and I said, I live in LA, Braille's in SF. How can I make 1 day's work a week ever work? Like, I don't think I can film regularly with you anymore. We kind of both said, yeah, it doesn't really make sense. No worries, okay. And then I didn't quit or anything. We just had a lot of, good conversation, a lot of deep conversation.
So he goes on to say that out of the blue, he gets blocked on everything because he said some bad things about Scientology. This is Ricky Glacier's video going through the Braille House because Aaron didn't give them warning that they were ripping everything out. So they all showed up there to say goodbye after everything was ripped out.
Oh my gosh. The boards.
And all these boards just got thrown away. They could have had a day where they have the kids come in and take the boards, give them away for free. They threw away all hundreds and hundreds of dollars of stuff that they could have given away to kids.
You make it, we skate it. What do we got in here? Oh, the finger, the scooter.
Wakeboard board.
Ah, the Skittles.
So it's kind of sad. Gabe Cruz had a goodbye video.
Let's try to do it again.
He was about to cry in this, and this is actually on Braille's channel.
Ultimate goal. Hold it together. All right, this is
and this is before the warehouse got destroyed.
Get 2 words out. That'd be nice. If I can get 2 words out of my mouth. All right, let's go. The hardest video I'll ever film in my life.
Anyway, Gabe Cruz quit. The best one is Nigel, though. So this was a year ago. This is when Mowgli quit. So they all have videos of why they quit Braille, and all the employees were just dropping. Here's Glow Border. He quit 3 weeks ago.
Today's a big day. We about to go on. That board, I tore my meniscus on. That's so messed up.
Empty Braille house. Crazy.
It's kind of tough to be here. Our office. Ricky would be there. I would be right there.
Anyway, it's kind of sad. I don't have Nigel's video saved, but Nigel actually mentions that the reason that Braille ended was over a cult. So, crazy story. Cults destroying friendships and businesses, and it's just a big mess. I went down a huge rabbit hole listening to all these videos. It was interesting. It's crazy. But it's Aaron Kyro's business. He had every right to do what he wants with it. It's just maybe Scientology made you a better skateboarder, but obviously it didn't make you a better person. Ronnie Mullen's my favorite too. Ronnie Mullen was awesome. GNS Young Willie Santos over Nija. Ooh, Nija's my second favorite. If Rodney Mullen's my favorite skater, then Nija's my second favorite. I think he's kind of a douche since he got famous, but he's so good. He's so good. Should have donated the skateboards. Exactly. Oh, Nigel. I don't even know who that is. Nigel's my favorite one on the team other than Uzi. Well, I think I like Nigel more than Uzi. Let me see. Oh, I gotta find his real quick. Just because the beginning is funny.
Nice place.
What is this? Oh, Alien Romulus. This actually looks good. I think it's gonna be good.
Popping Jimbos and Jim Beds. I'm on my way. They're putting out a video or anything, but I am on my way. I'm assuming by the title, this is why you're here. But yeah, I'm on my way to the Bay Area right now, to what was the Braille House. What was? There's so much I could say. There's so much I want to say, and I just don't know where to start. But yeah, no more Braille House. Pretty much no more Braille at this point. I was told that I would have at least a week to be able to finish up my last lessons and get a final session in there. And this was, what's today? Today's Wednesday, the 26th. Aaron, who typically doesn't call me or talk to me that often, called me while I was at a wedding over the weekend and was like, hey man, so the last day for the warehouse is going to be...
I'm trying to find the part where he cuts in the Family Guy clip that talks about Colts.
A week. That wasn't true at all. It already ripped up and a 3-stair platform. So it's unfortunate. It's unfortunate. Truly unfortunate. It's just crazy. Like almost 10 years of my life dedicated to this, and then it just abruptly stops because one man decides to...
Excuse me, are y'all with the cult?
We're not a cult.
Here it is. 10 years of my life ruined because one man decided to, and then he cuts this in.
To this, and then it just abruptly stops because one man decides to...
Excuse me, are y'all with the cult?
We're not a cult.
So yeah, no, I will no longer be with Braille doing videos. Won't be.
Excuse me, are y'all with the cult? So Scientology destroys Braille skateboarding. Crazy. They say that it's still going to go. They still have 5.8 million subscribers. So, it's not really over till it's over, but the whole team's gone. The warehouse is gone. I don't know what Aaron's going to do now, especially since everybody's turning on him. The numbers are dwindling. The views are dropping. It's going to be interesting to see how this plays out. But that's it for the YouTube drama. Just thought those were some interesting stories that I could cover. Braille used to have that one dude that was sick. I forget his name. It was probably 10 years ago. Not Fetty. I can't remember who the old team members were. He had that one Asian guy for a while. He was really good. I forget his name. But yeah, they've had some good people on the team, and they're all good skaters, but it's just crazy. Scientology. Damn. All right. But it's 10 o'clock, guys. That's the end of the show. I'm going to take a short break. I'm going to end the stream. I'm going to use the restroom, make a thumbnail for the next stream. We will start the after party in about... I don't think I need to go get beer. I might heat up something to eat. So I should be back in like 15 to 20 minutes with another stream. So watch for the new thumbnail. It'll be the same image, but slightly different. Watch for the new thumbnail, and it'll be up a few minutes after I end this stream, and then we'll start in about 20 minutes. And we will do the open panel, the after party, open panel. We can talk about all the stuff I talked about tonight or whatever you guys want to talk about on the panel. I will be back shortly for that. But y'all know what it is. Where's my music? Y'all know what it is. This has been the Dreaded Conservative Show. Monday night, kicking the week off right. The world's a crazy place. I just talk about it. Thank you guys for hanging out. Hit the like button on your way out. Make sure you're subscribed. Come back for the after party here in a little bit. God bless everybody. If you don't make it to the after party, I will see you next week for the Monday night show as always. And God bless. We out. Peace.